All right. What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. Throw the names up there. My name is St. Kramer. Brian the Grizzly. Brandman Brandon is going to be joining us shortly. What's up, man?
Man, it's been fun. It's been a fun weekend. Fun stuff going on. I'm loving all the rumors I'm hearing everywhere.
There's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Like Transformers. Oh, yeah. Brandon saw something. He was telling me about it. He's like, this girl is going to annoy me immediately. I can tell you. I can't wait. The little girl in the Transformers Rise of the Beast movie.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. Him. Brandon don't like kids, so that's it.
Yeah. Well, right now, as we're live at this moment, Sony has their panel going at CinemaCon.
Yep.
So I'm gonna keep that refreshed and kind of see what news, if we get anything big out of there. Like right now they're showing 14 minutes of Across the Spider-Verse is now being shown at CinemaCon.
Oh man.
So that's kind of cool.
And we're gonna get that. We're gonna get Craven.
Yeah.
Other Sony stuff that's not going to be good. But Spider-Verse is going to be awesome.
Spider-Verse is awesome. Real quick before we get going, I know Perp's in chat. What's up, Perp? And you know, I asked him how he liked Evil Dead because I know Perp's a big horror fan. He said Evil Dead was fire. It was, whoo, man. I can't. I'm glad Brandon went to go see it. I think I wasn't sure if he was going to see it, and then he saw it, and I'm like, okay, yeah. So I'm like, because I know you,
dude. So full disclosure. So I was trying to watch. I tried to watch it.
Yeah,
it was just too much. Yeah. It was like, what is going on? I was like, let me just find it. What happens at the end? Let me know what's going on.
when I was done, and I was like, well, the first thing I thought was like, my girlfriend's not gonna watch this. Never, never. Like, I'm not even gonna force her. And then my second thought was like, I'm like, oh man, Brian, I don't think he's gonna watch it. It's oh man.
I tried to. Man. I was like, yeah, no. Where's another movie? Let me find something else.
Put out a Disney movie. Happy thoughts. When Peter Pan come out. So, but yeah, man. Whew, man, that was something else. And we got the viewer Drew
watching Mario again.
Right? What's up? Drew, I got a bunch of your questions from all the previous chats because every time you ask it, it's like in the middle of a review. But you ask such great questions, and I have literally a list. Where's my notepad? My notepad's around here somewhere. I took it upstairs. So I do have a list of all the questions you ask because like each question is like a nice segment. Like yeah. Oh, that was us. Not much. Doing good. That's pretty good. Mommy's with the maggots now.
I was like, dude, what the hell?
Yeah, not quite like 2013's, but still a good movie. Yeah. Well, because I know we'll get into it later, but yeah, that was something else, man. That was pretty.
It's too much. It was. I only
it's a lot.
I was like, this 15 minutes is too intense for me. And I was like, another hour, 15 minutes? No, I'm good.
It's an hour and a half, which is like I thought a great
it's perfect length. You know, yeah,
well, especially for like a horror film.
I saw first 15 minutes, and I saw like the last 10 minutes.
I mean, there's a lot of cool shit that goes on in the middle, but yeah.
It's too much. Yeah. You guys know me. Perp knows me. You understand now. Come on, guys. You understand. There's things I just can't do.
Yeah. That's for sure.
2013 would just scar me. Like I would be sitting in the corner, just rocking back and forth. You know, I can't watch Insidious. I can't watch Insidious. So why would I be able to watch this stuff? Like it's just too much. No, I'm good.
Well, speaking of Insidious, out of all the other things you brought up, there's another Insidious coming out, The Red Door. And Josh Greenstein believes that Insidious, The Red Door, could be the most successful film in the franchise. And that was at CinemaCon. So that's what we got. Yeah, so they got some there's this movie I saw that came out. Hey, we got
Cookie. What's up?
How you doing? Are you into horror? I know you're into comics because it's House of Nerd show, but the horror. Insidious is that shit. Oh yeah. Insidious is good. I like that one. I never got into Insidious movies because of the PG-13 rating.
Cool, but it's still very freaky.
Yeah,
I still watching it.
Yeah, I like them. Like if it decided to go R and go all out, like it could be damn. There you go. Love horror. So
I'm on an island by myself.
Yeah, horror is awesome, man. I do enjoy it. I don't know how people get into horror because like as long as I can remember, I always liked stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like Freddy and Michael, when I was younger.
But that was never a fear. That was never scary to me. So it was like that was like comedy. The more campy it is, the more comedy it really is. Like it's just
Well,
like Freddy never scared me. It just never did. Chucky never scared me because I would just rip the little doll in half. Like, you know,
I had my buddy, man. That scared the shit out of me. I was like, can you get Chucky out of my room, please?
Things that mess with me up are like, you know, hauntings, demon possession. You know, I can't deal with that. If you pull up my buddy, I'm ready.
I got a cocktail.
Ah, okay.
That's good. Oh, damn, that's really good.
Uh-oh.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, we're gonna have a good show now. No, my buddy was that freaked the fuck me, man. That messed me up. We said what we got? I mean, I said the first Insidious was the rest is the first one was the best, I thought, but I think they were all pretty good.
I actually enjoyed watching some of it. Like I can watch it. All I gotta do is, as long as I can watch it at home, because I got pause, got walk away, come back, get myself ready. All right, here play again. Gotta go through that whole cycle. Like, all right, and I'm good for the next 10 minutes. I can watch this now.
yeah. See, I like them at home because I think you just can get more comfortable on the couch. You know, it's just I don't know. Like I never went to a theater and was like scared. I think I was always like more entertaining. You can turn off all the lights, blast it, and then it's just you by yourself or you and like just one other person. And I'm like, yeah, that's way more.
Once again, that's not good for me.
Yeah. Aren't a lot of horror flicks? Oh, because he said aren't a lot of horror flicks. There's a decent amount.
But once you get gore, once you add gore to the horror, I think a lot of times you have to go R because it's on a different level.
Yeah. See, the theaters ruin the atmosphere. I mean, I don't know if like ruin is good because I'll go see it in the theater, but I think for a horror genre, a film belongs at home. You know, it's because like you can't get scared when you know you got somebody next to you, you know, chomping on like popcorn, and the person over there like you know on their phone. I was like, yeah, okay.
You can't get scared, but I understand what you're saying. I totally understand what you're saying. Like, cause I remember like going to go see something like as simple as Jeepers Creepers. You know, I don't remember which one it was. And then I went to U of I, right? So I lived in the middle of a cornfield, right? So you know, every cornfield had you know, all these scarecrows and all this stuff. Yeah. So we're like outside, we're seeing stuff. Like I'm like, oh my god, like it's freaking me the heck out. Yeah. So you know, but being in the real world, thinking about the movie is probably more scary than the actual movie itself.
Yeah,
so, I mean, in a movie theater. Yeah, in the movie theater, it's like, okay. I mean, they're not coming through the movie, the screen and getting me. But at home, or if you hear a little tricycle in the background, you're in trouble now.
Yeah. So I think that's why, like, oh my god, Ring worked so well, like for me at home than it did at the theater, because I was like, because it comes through the TV, it doesn't come through a giant like screen. So it was like that, like, kind of freaked you out, you know. But
Ringu messed me up. That is literally the movie amazing that messed me up. I just like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done.
Yeah,
I quit.
Yeah, I mean, for me, there are limits. I'm wondering, Perp. I don't know. I think I might have asked you. I don't know what you said. If you ever seen Martyrs, the original Martyrs, not the American remade Martyrs, the original Martyrs. That movie is hard to watch, man. At one point, at the end, you're just like I can't look, and you're like kind of like what is going on? Because it's Martyrs more gory than that movie. I've seen that movie. That movie's crazy. It is, man.
I do like what you're saying. That Nosferatu. Yeah. I know about that, John. You know about that movie. And the guy was so freaky
in black and white.
In black and white, and he looked like the actual guy. Oh my god. Oh
yeah. Yeah. And that was some of the old school ones. That's why are good. Like the first Freddy, I thought was great. You know, because it's like that fucks you up, man. You're like, oh, he gets you when you sleep. Oh, well, you're screwed. You know, like, you know, especially as a kid, you're like, oh, well, I'm never fucking sleeping ever again. Yeah, Spider-Man: The Spider-Verse Part 2 box office total run prediction 400 to 500 mil. I guess I think I can see that.
I'm going to say Spider-Man when it comes out will end up being by the end of July, by the end of June, by July will be the second ranked box office movie this year.
Oh wow, that's a prediction.
Yeah, so I'm which is not I don't know. I'm not saying much different, but I'm saying it's going to be by June. By end of June, it'll be up to 500.
Yeah, but you're saying it's going to be number 2 of the whole year,
of the whole. Well, as of then,
okay,
as of then.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. I'm saying it will be number because what is it? Mario's at 850 right now.
Something like that.
And then what's next? Probably Ant-Man is at 475. So I say Spider-Man will be ahead of Ant-Man.
Yeah, I can see that. I think more people are hyped. More comic book fans are probably hyped for Spider-Verse. But yeah, I can see that. Doing good. That's a good one, Kevin Davis. Yeah, Stephen Cookie, Mars is too hard to watch. It's not really scary in the sense of like that. It's hard to watch. For me, it's the movie. I'm like, I never ever will ever watch it ever again. But like tell everyone else to at least watch it once because it will fuck you up. Like I couldn't sleep because the images are like burned in your freaking head.
Your retina is still picking it up after you go to sleep.
Yeah. But then I was like really excited about the American version. I'm like, ooh, okay. And then I forget the American versions always suck. I believe it's Italian or French. No, it's Italian.
Anything that's European, they show a lot more stuff, and that's kind of
There's another one like The Audition. The Audition is a really good kind of scary film, like the shit she does with piano wire. It is, oh boy. There was another one that I saw. What's it called? Where she has a stillborn. So I don't a stillborn is when like the baby is dead and it stays in the womb. The very like horrible kind of thing for a family to go through. Mm-hmm. But in this case, I forget how, but the baby becomes a zombie inside the stomach. Oh my god, Perp! You know what this one is called. I don't know why I'm having a brain fart. On what it's called
in the womb.
It becomes a zombie, like a zombie kind of like. So it needs like like flesh.
Sisters.
Oh wait, Tale of Two Sisters. No, I forgot, man. What the hell was it called?
Dude, that's messed up. That's something I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, Brian's never gonna watch Terrifier 1 or 2.
I mean, literally, you know what's gonna happen. You will know I watched it because I will come back and my cold complexion will change. I will like literally all the melanin came out, scared the melanin out of my skin, and I'll be a totally different complexion. All of a sudden, I'll be light skinned. You'll know that's when I've seen it. Nope, I can't do that. No.
Yeah. Siberian Film is the worst horror film of all time. A Siberian Film. I think is that like it's not, are they looking like for Santa Claus? Because there's a Siberian film where they're looking for Santa Claus and it's like a horror film. It's fucking crazy. Or like Santa Claus is a killer, something weird. It's kind of cool. And then Cookie said, I didn't know there was an American remake. Yeah, it's bad. Don't even waste your time.
But Americans know how to mess stuff up like that.
Yeah,
it's almost like M. Night Shyamalan's the one directing.
That's why I'm surprised. Like Ring was pretty good, and I'm like, oh shit, Ring is really good. And then you watch Ringu, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, like if you watch Ringu, like I literally had to stop multiple times because I thought I was gonna have to. I was scared. I had to go to the bathroom 3 times just to make sure that I get through the movie because I mean it was freaking me the hell out.
Yeah.
And then your TV's in all your rooms. I took the TV out of my room.
Oh, really?
For me to go to sleep, I took the TV out of my room. I was like, I'm done. I'm good.
Like, nah. Let me see. I forgot the name of this movie. Demon Seed, Brood, Baby Blood, Inside. I don't think it's Inside.
And it's a terrible film, and the filmmaker should be locked up after making it.
Yeah. Day of the Dead. No, Dawn of the Dead. Oh, Dawn of the Dead remake.
Oh, you're not talking about when they're they're in the mall.
I think that's
Kai Pfeiffer. Kai Pfeiffer's there, and then the baby was born.
Yeah, but that's not it.
Yeah.
Is it still born? Like, this was the Brood, Baby Blue, and so. Man, it was kind of. It's not stillborn because that's 2018, and I remember seeing this like back in like 2006 or 7 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's early college days for me.
Wow. Yeah, but it was like a spoofy kind of thing. It wasn't like you know, like scary, but it was kind of like funny scary, and you're like, what the hell? But yeah.
Hey, Cult Lords. What up, fellas? Did Brian watch Pope's Exorcist yet? So like that's the line. That's like I've watched a lot of Exorcist movies. Man, that scares me more than anything because I'm a pretty religious person. Yeah, but I definitely believe in the devil and demons. So like you add all the things, and then it's talk about I can't fight it. That's like adding all the things that I just don't like. I'm afraid of things that I can't beat up. Forget everything else. If I can't physically harm you, then I'm in trouble. All right.
All right, just cat. He gets a haircut this Saturday. Thank God, man. This guy's a giant fur ball right now. You touch him and it's like this fur everywhere. I was like, oh. That's probably why my girlfriend has a sinus infection right now.
Hey, that's probably why.
Yeah,
he's allergic. Yeah. So the Grudge TV series that came out not too long ago was really crazy and disturbing. It was excellent. But, I had problems going to sleep already, man. I don't know how I can like watch that and then still go to sleep. Like it'll be like, all right, no.
Yeah. See, he don't even want to talk about it. That's how scary he is from it. You probably clicked the wrong button. But yeah. The Cube movies are really dope. They just made a Japanese remake. Oh man. I remember the first Cube movie was really cool.
This is what I'm talking about right here. Start.
Yeah. Yeah, the Cube movies are pretty cool. What we got?
You watched the show From? I've actually heard that.
I watch E-Man. I think we both watch E-Man. He said you gotta watch it. He goes, it's really, really good. So that's on my list now. So do that.
The
devil yeah.
Just like, man, you can't just come get me like that, man. Like man.
That was fun. Season 2 from started last night. Oh damn, it started already? Didn't like season 1 just
I thought it just ended. Like I thought we
right?
just
because I'm seeing like people do reviews of From and they're already so
it's like Lost with vampires.
Ooh.
I like that.
Okay.
So vampires don't scare me. So like my favorite
you can kill it?
show. Yeah, because in my mind I'm like I can win. And my favorite TV shows like Supernatural. I've watched every episode of Supernatural, all of them, all the terrible seasons, the good seasons, all of them. They don't scare me because I can fight them. Like they tell me it's like a scare person's guide to how to win. So I can get metal, and I know how metal cuts through ghosts, and I know how I can have a salt circle. Like, and if it's a demon, and if I can fight another human, I can win. Yeah. Vampires, all I gotta do is have a machete. I know it's like a how-to guide to survive. So that's why you watch
That's why you watch
it all the time.
Getting ready,
just in case zombie apocalypse. I got you.
I just like because I'm like, oh, because as vampires, like, oh yeah, I could beat a vampire. It was like without any kind of like second thought. He was like so confident I could be a vampire.
Don't worry about that. I'm good. Wear a turtleneck. I'm good, man. You can get me.
With garlic tucked in there. Cool Lords, I've been a day one fan of From. I've been watching a new episode at least 3 times now. Oh damn. I gotta check it out, man. Everyone's saying it's really, really good. Like it's really good.
I'm willing to watch that tonight, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I just kind of found out about it like the other day. Like
literally, E-Man is the reason I didn't know anything about it. I'm just exactly. Be honest.
Yeah. There you go. Cold Lord said Perp knows what's up. Yeah, Perp's he's a horror fan. I know he's doing a whole new show on his channel with just like horror films. So make sure you go check that out for Perp. But I wouldn't call them vampires. There's something else though. Okay,
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, kind of like a living vampire with that more like Morbius.
Exactly.
What's
up, Tony?
In here. What's up? We got Travis. Hope you guys are doing well. We are doing pretty good. That Perp. From better
3 times better than, wow.
I mean, but Last of Us, the show wasn't really scary. Like I had like maybe 2
I don't even think it was scary at all. Like it didn't bother me.
Yeah.
It's a thought process. Like, oh man,
sorry, I missed Ricardo's comment. Big City Greens, the movie.
What Big is City that?
Greens. I don't know what that one is. Sorry, I missed your comment earlier.
Hey, but that interests me, so now I want to know.
Animated series. Oh, okay. I think I yeah.
I've seen
that. I don't think it's on Disney. Yeah. The movie, Big City Greens, the movie.
The movie, really?
Okay. I didn't know that. Yeah. Look, you even got Cookie interested. Wow, I gotta go. I gotta watch from.
That's why. Yeah. It's time to do it tonight.
Yeah. I know. So From and Yellow Jackets are more horror than The Last of Us. I got Yellow Jackets on my list as well.
I've now watched the first 2 episodes. I need to go through the whole season and then catch up on the season 2
for Yellow Jackets.
Yeah. Very cool concept. I really enjoyed like that. The thought of it makes perfect sense. And my wife was like, "I ain't watching Yellow Jackets." Why? I was like, "Why?" Because it sounds like a bee. She's like, "Yeah." It's nothing to do with that at
all. That's funny. It's like how confident you are. You could be zombies. That's how she's like, I'll punch a bee. Bees don't mess with me.
She won't mess with a bee. She'll run the other way. She'll fight a zombie. She ain't messing with a bee. It's like, what? That's the most worst thing.
Zombie bee. There you go. Get both you guys. So we got is Evil Dead worth watching inside a jam-packed theater? So we were kind of talking about that a little bit. So we got Perp said you definitely need to watch Evil Dead in theaters. The sound is is probably worth it. But
Dolby, because the Dolby sound would be amazing, and then the darkness of Dolby too. And it sets a mood. But it's just when you have a stranger right next to you, it's kind of just not as scary, right?
Yeah.
But when you're in your own house, when it's dark and you're alone and you hear all the little noises like the furnace coming on and all that stuff, I feel like that really adds to the fear.
Yeah, I cannot wait till I get this. I'm getting this in 4K and I'm gonna watch it at home. I mean, either with or without my girlfriend. I mean, probably most likely without.
She's probably leaving.
I'm going to bed with Lucas. But I cannot wait to watch this at home. Just blast, because I have like a sound bar that's like it sounds amazing. I love that sound bar. And I blast it and it sounds great. So yeah, I can't wait for that. But I mean, I will get into like a full discussion, like try to keep it mainly spoiler free towards the end once Brandon jumps in. But I think it's worth seeing. It's good, especially if you're a horror fan. It's 100% worth seeing. Horror fan, Evil Dead fan.
Do you know that? Like I remember because I told you I went back to saw the end of it, and people were clapping at the end of the movie. They were clapping.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I was like, wow, look at this. This is crazy.
Yeah. I know my sister went to go see it. She's a big horror fan, Evil Dead fan. Like I think she has a Ash, Bruce Campbell tattoo.
Yeah.
So she's a fan. And I asked her, I'm like, you going to see it? She goes, oh yeah, we're going Friday. So and then she's like, oh yeah, it was good. Of course it was. And the Drew said, isn't it crazy? The Guardians Volume 3 isn't too far away.
Yeah, like and no one's really talking about it. Like it's crazy how close. If we go to Indianapolis comic convention, whatever, we can literally go see it's that weekend. We can literally see it that weekend, and no one's talking about it. Even though I'm very interested in what happens, but it is what it is.
I mean, all three of us have the AMC pass, so we can easily
just walk in. All right, free, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm kind of psyched about that one. The Geek Ledger, what's up, man? I think this is the first time I see you in chat. Thanks for being here. Said the Last of Us show is more thriller than horror. Yeah,
I agree.
Game, on the other hand, is more into the horror aspect. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. And also, I think horror is so good in video games. I think
I agree.
It's because it hits at another level. It's because you have to open that door. You have to press that button. You have to go there. You have to walk. So it's kind of it hits a little bit different when you're playing a video game, horror game. But I still like The Last of Us, but it was definitely more thriller.
What was the first video game that you played that was scary like that?
Resident Evil. The first Resident Evil on PlayStation 1?
My PS2, I wasn't scared of Resident Evil 1 but my Resident Evil 2 on PS2 Nemesis, dude, freaked me the hell out. I used to be in my basement with all the lights off. It was so great. Oh man.
I'm gonna bring Brand Man in.
What's up, B?
Yo, what's up?
Not too much, gentlemen. Sorry about my tardiness.
Oh, it's all good. We're just hanging out.
I miss anything good?
Just kind of talking horror films.
Good comments. Yeah, some really good comments.
Yeah.
He also said, like the game is very much a zombie game, and the show simply uses zombie apocalypse as a setting. Yeah.
Exactly.
Kind of Walking Dead kind of turned into that too.
Agreed.
Yeah. Scream 6 drops on Paramount Plus tomorrow, so you're gonna get all those rewatches.
It deserves it. You know, this is a very good Scream movie. It was a very good rewatch movie.
Yeah.
I think, Ryan, did you see it twice already?
Oh yeah, I saw it twice. I liked it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Scream 3.
Yeah. So it's probably gonna break whatever record on Paramount. It's gonna be like the most watched thing, So, I still
like to call it Ghostface Takes Manhattan.
I'm surprised they did it. They should have done that.
I really, really enjoyed it though. It's gonna get rewatched tomorrow after work for sure.
Oh yeah, probably during work. For me. Actually, I have some. I've seen many people inside a movie theater used to ruin the true experience of horror. For example, people would start laughing in a Smile movie. Yeah,
people did start laughing and Smile. I wouldn't have saw that. That should count. That was a horror movie I wouldn't have saw. Yeah. But it was so. Sometimes when things are campy, it is funny and takes away a little the horror feel to something.
I feel like that,
dark.
I feel like that goes for a lot of horror movies. You hear people start laughing.
Yeah, because that might be how they deal with it. You know what I mean? They're so scared they start laughing. Mm-hmm. So, sadly, the only Evil Dead film I've seen is Jason Goes to Hell, and sadly, I also love it. Yeah.
I love everything Jason. I don't care, but Jason and Freddy are like my dudes, man.
Jason, but Evil Dead, the first one is so campy, and it's so much of Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi. You're like, I get it. I get why all these years later, why they are the way they are is because that set the foundation of like who these characters, who these people are. Like Bruce Campbell is Ash. Like there's just no going around it. So. Yeah,
and that's always been the campiness and slapstick has always been like the trademark of Sam Raimi. Even I think I think the only movies that weren't like camp in some way, shape, or form from him where it was completely straight are probably The Gift and For Love of the Game with Kevin Costner.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you wouldn't associate, especially For Love of the Game, you wouldn't associate that with a director like Sam Raimi.
Yeah, I mean, you want to try different things.
Yeah,
Multiverse of Madness is not really.
Yeah, it has sprinkles of it. I think.
Oh man,
I think he made it into it, but I don't feel like the movie itself was like just the way he makes it, the way he films things had to be that way. But it wasn't very horror-y.
But it was very Raimi.
It was Raimi. Raimi.
Yeah, especially that chase scene, where Wanda's chasing them. That's straight. I mean, we saw it like in this, and I mean, Raimi didn't direct this, but it still has that essence of like the old school Evil Dead kind of thing. And they saw something like this, So in the newest Evil Dead, you kind of had something that I felt. I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen this before in the Evil Dead.
You could tell the director really had a lot of respect for Raimi and how he
and the franchise.
There were a lot of Raimi-isms with the zoom ins and a lot of the way that it was shot. It felt very Raimi. It was its own thing, but at the same time, it did feel very Raimi.
Well, I think when you're like a godfather of the new way these horror movies are shot, I feel like a lot of those things will always come back to that because they're trying to imitate, something that was that good or things that kind of made them like the genre. So,
Mm.
Yeah. So we're talking about Evil Dead. We might as well do the review then.
Okay.
We'll go through these last couple ones. It's Crazy Guardians 6 years ago, 3 years ago, between 1 and 2. I know.
Yeah,
6 years ago. 6 years ago? Volume 2
ago.
was 6 years ago.
Yeah, and that's because, you know, the whole thing that happened with Gunn and getting fired and all that other stuff. That kind of just set it up. And then the pandemic. So like between those things, it kind of just pushed it further out.
Yeah.
If it would have came out 3-3-3, I think it would be even better. But it's almost so far away. It's hard to remember how good or bad your opinion is of it. You know, how
because originally the plan was for Volume 3 to be out in
Phase 4, I think.
Yeah, it was to be out in 2021.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing with you know, like the whole Gun debacle, and then he got reinstated like 8 months later, I think.
It was 9 months later, yeah.
9 months later?
Mm-hmm.
Early, you're right. Early 2019 he was reinstated. And then all the stuff hit the fan, of course, with the pandemic. So there were, you know, all those contributing factors. But be interesting to see how it pans out next week. I'm excited, but at the same time I'm a little frightened because I'm kind of dreading to see what character's going to bite the big one.
I think 2. I think we're going to have 2 people die.
Yeah, I see 2 people.
I could see more than one.
We said y'all run through Ash versus Evil Dead show before these Netflix. Yeah, man, same. Same. I don't think I've watched it all the way through though. I think I kind of stopped watching, not because it was good, just you just kind of lose track, But Guardians comes out next week. Yeah, next week.
Yeah. Plus, I have the habit of trying to watch like a ton of stuff all at once.
Yeah.
That's me. You know that. Watching all the stuff and then start reading stuff and like, man, which one did I read? Where am I? Where did I left off?
You forget. Wait, I just read issue 3. As you're in the middle of it.
Oh no, I'll like literally read the same pages over and over again. Like, I read this. Oh man, I finished this one.
Trevor said the first cutscene in Resident Evil where the zombie gets up scared the hell out of me. Yeah, man, that first Resident Evil game was it was really the start of it all for me, at least, because I remember being young and playing that in the dark by myself, no one home, because I think my sister was like out with, or not out with her, like spending like a sleepover or some shit. My parents were like out or something, so it was just me. I'm like, oh cool, I get to play a game all night. No one gets to tell me. Horrible idea. It's like,
it's so funny you saying PlayStation 1. So
I think it was PlayStation 1.
PS1
right?
is the first Resident Evil was PS1.
Yeah,
and we're talking about 26 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, but maybe it's about right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, the new ones are good, but for me, just the nostalgia. I mean, 1883 and 1923 will be hard to top. Definitely is the most watched movie on Paramount. Yeah, which I believe are the prequels.
Yeah.
To the the Yellow Jackets or
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
Yeah, Yellowstone.
Wrong yellow. Yeah. Hey, we got Alfredo in here. Hey, Brian, thanks for the food.
I got you, Fredo. I got you back.
Yeah. Wasn't Steve Harvey in Evil Dead? Oops, my bad.
I was a suit.
That was the suit. Hey, you got a thing against Steve Harvey, man. This is the second show.
You do not like Steve Harvey, do you, Tony?
No, he's a good one to make fun of. I think that's it.
Yeah. He's sometimes he says some stupid shit where you're like, what? The Yellowstone shows the for a beast for Paramount. Yeah, Yellowstone averaged 8 million viewers per episode. It's crazy. 83 and 23 average about 5 million per episode on Paramount Plus.
You want to know why to watch on Paramount? Picard, and watch my review of Picard is coming out. I loved it. Episode 10 was so good. Trust me, guys. You want to see my review, my love for it, and then you to watch episode 10. Trust me.
Yeah. Discussing film posters. I literally have them on my other monitor, like refreshing and stuff like that. So they just showed the Craven trailer.
I told you.
They showed the Kraven trailer.
I knew it.
So we already got Bad Boys. We got a new movie, Dumb Money, with Seth Rogen, Paul Dano, Sebastian Stan, Pete Davidson. That's one that they're talking about. Another Insidious, shows some Spider-Verse, and Kraven. So that's where they're at right now. We'll get more into that. We'll probably do the review quick and kind of. Well, here you go. The first trailer for Neil Blomkamp's Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
Mm-hmm. There you go. So now we got Gran Turismo
Jeez,
added to.
I forgot all about Neil Blomkamp.
Yeah. I guess what's Harper? What's his name? The guy from Stranger Things, the sheriff guy.
Yeah, David Harbour.
David Harbour. Yeah. It looks like he's in it. So here we go. Yeah, we'll get into that probably. Let that kind of keep playing, but we'll do a quick review for this Evil Dead, because it's basically gonna be me and you, Brandon, because Brian couldn't watch it.
I tried, man. I did my best.
Yeah. If Kraven thing is true, I'm a bit excited. I gotta read what he said about it, but also it's Sony, man.
I just don't trust in Sony. You know,
I've been burned so many times by them. By them.
I've been. I learned my lesson with Venom and Morbius. So
hey, you guys still trust in DC and WB and Warner Brothers?
Sony is a new company.
It's not. It's the same. Even with the same stuff is still happening.
Yeah, James Gunn seems to understand Superman in ways that Snyder did not. So
and I know it's a little off topic. I think it's. He said through somebody, blah, blah, blah. I don't think it's official yet, but he said he's going to make Static Shock and some more characters as well.
Yeah, because of all the hate that he got. Because how are you not going to do that? I mean, it's easy to say you money more than quarterback. So
I think he knew he was going to do that, and because he said it's only half of what he was. But I was like, you're stupid for not including Static.
Yeah, no, you're
off the bat. That should have been like,
if that was on your mind, that should have been something that came up. That's not something. I mean, you don't forget that.
I don't think he forgot it, but because he said this is only half of what was it called? Chapter 1 is whatever.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's something you should be putting in instead of some of the other obscure stuff that he was putting in.
Well,
so
agreed.
Where is that on your mind?
Logic Guardian. By that logic, Guardians of the Galaxy should have been introduced in Marvel first.
What do you mean?
Why?
If obscure content should be introduced right out the gate.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's exactly. So,
you
want to give me all the obscure stuff that didn't matter at all? Okay, but not give me Static Shock, the number one comic book like out there. Okay,
I mean, not only that, but it's also like you just saw what happened with Black Panther and how divisive that whole movie was because of what they did with Black Panther, T'Challa. And I feel like that should have been an opportunity. Like, all right, cool, boom. Here's our main guy that we're gonna focus a decent amount of story on. But it was like, what you said you went with Jon Stewart, which I love Jon Stewart. But he's part of a team. He's part of a core. You know what I mean? Like, you need a solo black superhero like Static, young.
You need exactly. You see what Miles Morales is giving you. That's what I'm saying. More.
Yes.
See, when you have a guy who's, I'm saying, when you have a comic book following, that's what you should be going with.
Yeah. So. Yeah. But Geek Ledger said, I don't know how I feel about Sony turning Spider-Man's villains onto anti-heroes. Kraven's was it conservativist animal lover fighting the Rhino was not on my bingo card.
Yeah, right? I really don't like that.
Conservationist. There you
go. If you're gonna adapt these villains, go all in.
Yeah.
Quit friendlying them up and making them anti-heroes.
Yeah.
Or just
Venom. I feel like has always been an anti-hero. I feel like Morbius is just a villain. Like, why not just make them darker and?
Well, I would say the other way around. I thought Morbius would be more of an anti-hero because he was never wanting to hurt people and shit. Where Venom started off like, I gotta kill Spider-Man. Yeah. I gotta kill Spider-Man. It was like, but that's the whole thing is like, you can't introduce the opposite of the main hero without the main hero. It was like you're introducing Venom without a Spider-Man. Like Venom without a Spider-Man is just a fucking dude in a suit at that point. It's like he has no motive to do anything.
Yeah,
you know.
I thought they were about to course correct with at the post credits stinger of Let There Be Carnage when he's like introduced into the MCU, but then a month and a half later he's written right back out.
Well, you know, I guess that's because Sony saw this, that we have other Spider-Man that we can use with this. Yeah. We can continue the story with someone else.
You know, but also it gives an opportunity for a Venom to be in the MCU, you know, or at least Tom Holland to wear the black suit during Secret Wars, which would be super epic. But yeah, that's why Sony, cool casting, a cool idea. I hope it does well. I really do, but I'm a little reserved on it. What's up, Derpy? It's the week. And Travis said, people in the theater clapped at several points during Morbius. It was a very bizarre experience. Yeah.
Really?
You know, they were doing that because when it was very stupid, you know, like people were like, it was like Rise of Gru kind of time, you know, or with the Minions, you know, whenever somebody farted, people started losing their shit. So, yeah. Here's Tony. The 2 Venom movies should burn in the pits of hell. Caroline Pans, you're on the clock. That's tomorrow's show, man. We got a bunch because me and Brian are gonna do our happy dance tomorrow.
Oh yeah, it's you don't understand. I'm not wearing a shirt because I took off my shirt to make a Aaron Rodgers Jets jersey.
Yep. That's it, man. We gotta get a Favre Rodgers jersey for the Jets now.
It's gonna hang.
Yeah. James Gunn announces any black heroes in the second half. I'll be a happy camper.
I mean, he's going.
Yeah,
Stack Shock is something that he messed up on, and he has to announce that.
Yeah, that should you could have got rid of the Creatures one, or like you said, one of these obscure ones, and slid in. You know,
Stack Shock. It makes perfect sense, and there's no reason to not do that.
Yeah.
So
exactly. Hot take.
A Static Shock movie could be awesome. I was just saying, a Static Shock movie could be awesome. I was saying. Caleb McLaughlin, I'd be good with him as Static, even though he's that guy. Have you seen him
Twitter?
On yeah,
on Twitter. That leak came out that like James Gunn wants to do Static Shock, and then the next post was like all him. like they're like here he is, and then there's videos of him saying I want to do it. So it's like how do you not go with him? You know,
it's easy.
Yeah.
You want to know how they don't ask how you not go John Krasinski for Mr. Fantastic. They do it. Find ways.
Well, they did it. We got it. So yeah.
Only thing with Caleb McLaughlin, if you followed that kid on social media, like I swear to goodness, that kid ages like 6 months every new post. Like
that's why I was thinking. I will let you know. Like he has a full beard. He looks like my dad. Like that age. Like I'm like, dude, what the
hell? What we got? Hot take: the non-MCU Spider-Man films since 2012 have been pure Sherlock and cringe.
No,
Schlock. Yeah. Schlock and cringe. Like what's the TA's?
The Amazing Spider-Man.
The Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah. Oh yeah. Venom, Morbius, etc. It's all trash.
I don't know if the Amazing Spider-Man is trash.
It was my least favorite,
but it is my least favorite.
Yeah, I would say that.
I did kind of rock with the first Amazing Spider-Man. I did kind of like that one. The second one, not as much.
Yeah, not as much.
The second one tried to do a little. It suffered from sequel syndrome, where it just tried to do way too much.
Yeah.
But I did. The costume was the Spider-Man costume was awesome in it. The second one, especially.
Yeah, the costume looked great.
Yeah,
at least for Spider-Man.
Yeah, but there were but I have a soft spot for the first Amazing Spider-Man. You know.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I just felt like it wasn't what I was used to, because I think Tobey Maguire did such a good job as being Spider-Man. So at that point in time, I didn't want a remake of it, and I think that pretty much kind of dealt with me in the movie, and kind of pushed me in the edge a way that I wasn't going to love it no matter what it did.
Yeah.
No matter what. I mean, I just heard the story. Why are you doing the story again? It just didn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens when
and well,
no plan.
That was all because Sony. Yeah, Sony just wanted to hang on to the rights because
So we
they
had
were
to put
kind of
another
trying to
movie out.
micromanage. They were trying to micromanage the potential fourth movie that Sam Raimi was going to direct with the returning cast, but he notoriously had such a miserable time working on Spider-Man 3 and how Avi Arad basically forced him to use Venom and shoehorn him at the last minute. So originally the plan,
I had a hard time. I had a hard time watching Spider-Man 3 too.
Well, originally Sam Raimi's plan was to use Sandman and Vulture, and he even had Vulture cast. It was going to be John Malkovich. That was his original plan. Venom wasn't in the cards for him.
Okay.
And Arad essentially made him do it, like strong armed him into using Venom, which basically messed up his whole original plan at the last minute. And
and so that's why he got 15 minutes of dancing in it, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. He lost me at dancing, man. He lost me at dancing.
And then Derby just said the Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel is called Ghostbusters Firehouse. Interesting. So I'm looking for that. I know they did announce a few more things. They announced Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney wrapped up filming on their R-rated rom-com. Anyone but you. So okay, interesting.
R-rated rom-com?
Yeah. So is it sexual? R-rated?
Is it killing, death? Like I don't know what. Okay,
I can see it being like nudity because Sydney Sweeney's in it, and I think the last couple movies she was in, she might have been like topless. Yeah. So maybe because of that. And then also, Paul Rudd and Carrie Coon will be in Ghostbusters uniforms in the Ghostbuster Afterlife sequel. Interesting.
How about this? Ghostbusters Afterlife does not get the credit it deserves.
It does not.
Really good.
It was
really good, honestly.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
Afterlife was great.
Yeah, it was fun. I thought it was a good continuation.
I think that when they did the other version before, it killed the want for it. So once that happened, it kind of stopped everyone's enjoyment of Ghostbusters. So like, I don't really want to see this anymore, and it tanked. And it shouldn't have. It was a good movie.
Yeah, Afterlife tanked.
It didn't make as much money as it should.
Yeah, it didn't tank, but it didn't do as good as they expected.
Okay.
I'm not even sure if it made all the money back.
I think it did make its money back.
I think it did, maybe just barely though. I don't think it like crushed it or anything. All right, so a couple last ones, and we'll get into our review. I want a separate Milestone Media cinematic universe for all, with all black directors, writers, producers, etc.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah,
I'm all for anything you can do with those things, but I just don't want it to be separate and then like a different genre. It's the same genre. I want to have the same respect for it. The same money being going into it as it would go for any other movie. Yeah. So that's always my biggest thing when we talk about separate. I want to give young black directors and writers and producers chances the same as the chances they are getting for their counterparts. Yeah, and that's the only super simple. I don't like when you separate it that you don't want to give them as much as what they're supposed to get.
Yeah. Well, I won't say they did something like this, but there was something similar. Because of segregation, in America's history, where they were forced to, like, if a black actor, a black writer or director wanted to make a film, it had to be, with just everyone in the movie was black, because that's where, and then a lot of times the idea was stolen, and and then hey, look what I made.
It's a white movie, like it just made it. Like, look, guys, look what we did.
Yeah. But it was a thing like back then. But then that was the problem. It's like it stays in its corner, and then it doesn't make it to mainstream, and that's you want it to be mainstream. So
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
So And then I thought Vulture, who was Raimi wanted to use, was canceled Spider-Man 4. Yeah. Wasn't Spider-Man 3's villain supposed to be just Sandman? I think so. And then they were like, no, we need Venom too. you know.
Originally, it was going to be Sandman and Vulture. He had Sandman cast for Spider-Man 3. After Spider-Man 4, or I mean, after Spider-Man 3, after the experience had, there was a rumor which sounded totally idiotic, by the way. It was going to potentially have Vulture and Anne Hathaway as a newly created character called the Vultress, which thank goodness that did not happen. I remember reading that and being like, "What?"
Yeah.
Vultress.
Yeah. Originally, they were saying she was going to be Black Cat, which I would have been fine with. You know, obviously, she got the next best thing when she went on to actually play Catwoman.
That was like Black Cat and Catwoman. Okay.
Oh no, this was before like the announcement that she was gonna.
This would have been 2000.
Yeah.
9.
9 or 10. Yeah.
Because and it was a whole debacle. It sucked. And then they couldn't come to an agreement. Sam Raimi jumped ship. Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst followed suit, and then that's when they were like, and then that's when Sony was like, "Oh, we're just gonna reboot."
Yeah. Which I don't hate him for it, but I don't know.
No, well, it just seemed, you know, just it was exactly what it was, just a desperate greedy bid to hold on to the rights.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then
I never would have guessed Anne Hathaway is 40 years old. Wow.
That's what happens when you have money and you're non-problematic. when have you ever seen her in the tabloids, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
Let me see if this. Let me put this up real quick as a background. See if it works. If it don't work, then no big deal. But yeah, we'll do the quick review of Evil Dead Rise. We'll do a quick review of that, and then let the Sony thing finish. We'll talk about Sony's panel.
If we don't talk about John Boyega soon, I'm just gonna like pop. So
it happened. Was it Thursday? Thursday was when it kind of happened, but it was like really new, and I wasn't sure if it was fake or not. I know. I was like, "Is it real?"
And now everyone's talking about it. I was like, "Oh, okay." And we got more insight later about what's going on.
Yeah. That'll be all right. What's that?
I'll say you can always edit the layout. No, this is fine. Let's just go. Let's get at it.
Yeah. All right. Let's get it. This should be a fairly quick one, I think, if it's just the two of us. You want to lead it then, Brian?
Yep, that's what I'm saying. I got everything else, and you guys just talk, and I'll set you up, and you knock them down.
All right.
Cool. Go for it, man.
Hey, welcome back to Spoiler Kings. We're going to talk about a review of Evil Dead Rise. If you know me, if you know our channel, we're the Spoiler Kings, you know I didn't go see it. But I'm here with Tate Kramer and Brandman Brandon, and they will tell you about what's going on. You know, I'm just, not that I'm a fraidy cat, but anything I can't beat up, I don't put my hands, I'm not going to do. So this is just what it is. I want to read you guys a synopsis real quick, and then I'm going to let them just take over. So if that's okay with everybody, that's what we're going to do. All right.
Let's do it.
All right. A reunion between two estranged sisters gets cut short by the rise of flesh-possessing demons, thrusting them into a primal battle for survival as they face the most nightmarish version of family imaginable. Yeah. I see the first 10 minutes of it, the first 15 minutes, and the last 10 minutes. That's pretty much what's going on. But so let's start with the good, guys. So I think we'll start with Brandman Brandon. Tell me what the good in this movie.
I'd say it does what an Evil Dead movie is supposed to do, first and foremost. So it was very, very effective, and they did a really great job with the tension. From a technical standpoint, the sound in this movie, whoever was in charge of the sound design, like really need a raise and some type of award. Because seeing this movie, you know, the sound was just art in motion. I think that it didn't wear out its welcome. It was just the right time length. it clocked in like just a little bit over an hour and a half.
1 hour 33 minutes. I believe.
1 hour 33 minutes. Yeah. So it didn't wear out its welcome. It didn't have to be 2 hours, anything like that. And it kind of like, I know I mentioned the tension. The movie gives you like this really almost kind of in the setting, because it's in a building, it's in one location. It gives you almost this claustrophobic vibe to it, this boxed in vibe, which really, adds to the gravity of the character situation. Like you feel that kind of boxed in claustrophobia, or claustrophobic feel to it. I thought it was well acted. I wasn't really familiar with honestly, any of the actors in this, but I thought they were all great. They were all effective. From the pacing, the mood of the movie, the setting, I really liked. It definitely felt Evil Dead, and the director Lee Cronin, you could tell he definitely directed, what came before him with Sam Raimi, in terms of a lot of the shots, the trademark Evil Dead zoom-ins and the Dutch angles, and just that. So it was very much its own animal while respecting the past, which I really, really appreciated.
Okay, those are good ones. All right, Tank. So what goods do you have?
Man, I mean, Brandon kind of hit it out. But I would say I thought the acting was pretty good. Was it Alyssa Sutherland was the mom, like the villain. She knocked it out of the park. I thought the makeup design was really great, because once she becomes evil, I don't want to say how or what, we kind of keep it spoiler free, but obviously she's, you see it in the trailer. They do a really good job at just like almost like dehumanizing her, like her teeth look almost wooden, with just like the weird buildup on they put on her teeth, and then just I don't know if she has like just like high cheekbones, so they were able to like make everything else just like look really like zombie skeleton-ish. So like I thought the makeup with her was really great, but just like the idea of it being a family was like who this is gonna hit. This is gonna hit different than just a group of friends. Oh man, but yeah, I thought the acting was really good. So yeah, Alyssa Sutherland and Lily Sullivan was Beth, was the sister, and I thought she did a good job. But for me,
she's kind of bad, by the way.
Well, yeah.
Where's I'll go?
Yeah, I'll be your daddy.
They were both kind of bad. I'm not even gonna lie.
But you know what? It's funny because they look similar. They did a good job casting, and they had similar features.
Like the younger sister, like
exactly,
very much.
Exactly.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, but for me, the stars were the kids. Were the three kids: Danny, Jessica, and Cassie. Was it Jessica? Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine.
Or was it Bridget?
What's it? Bridget.
Bridget.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Jessica was there too. Yeah.
Jessica was the one at the beginning at the cabin, right?
Yeah. But the three kids were whole because they were the show, for me, because that was so good. And the scene going from human to like evil dead, like zombie, kind of thing was great. You're gonna like what Cookie said, and Cookie knows. She does all the makeup stuff. I always see her on Twitter. The makeup is so creepy, well done, very well done. Because it wasn't like too over the top, and it let some of the CGI do some of the job for them too. Spitting out goo and all the whatever stuff that was coming out of their bodies,
the black
stuff, the white stuff. It was just, it was crazy. But the makeup was really, yeah. And oh my God, I mean, is it an Evil Dead movie? If by the end, if not, everyone's red.
Bloody, yeah,
just red.
Everyone's just done.
Yeah, So, but yeah. I thought, but it was the take was what got me, was like, oh, this is a family, and then we're gonna introduce the most evil kind of thing that we know of and introduce it in the family and see what happens. And it was like, damn, that hurts. That's painful.
I got a quick question though. So why did she open the door? I was confused about that.
It was so early in the film, or she just become evil, and they kind of blocked the little girl, so she didn't quite know.
So she didn't know what was going on. I got you.
She didn't quite know what was going on because I know you, like you said, you didn't watch it.
I told you, I was like, time to go.
Because like that scene, she like as Beth looks through the peephole and there's people flying and shit is happening. I was like, what the hell? It was such a great shot, and I love when they do cool stuff like that because like you only get that one view. And everything happened, so you hear stuff, and then you see a person fly by, and then like this happens, and then blood splatter and like all this craziness, and then even like when they're looking through the peephole and the mom is like talking, through the peephole, so it's like looking at you as the viewer, as watching it. I thought that was a cool shot, and it was very simple, It was just from the view of the daughter and Beth, but Beth, not Beth, Cassie was kind of hidden, so she thought like, oh, mommy needs help, and then she opens that door, and as soon as she opens that, chokehold,
So yeah, that definitely worked. That worked, and even how the Deadites, the Evil, was released this time, worked a little bit more. For me in this one than it did in the remake, because we're talking about a grown man in the remake from 2013 that blatantly ignored all these warning signs written in this book. Leave this book alone, don't touch it, blah blah blah. It was even wrapped up in barbed wire. At least with this one, with the kid Danny kind of playing the records, he kind of he started to realize that, oh, I shouldn't be messing with this, and at least tried to stop it. But at that point, it was too late. So I did appreciate that one. At least he wasn't. Even though I wouldn't have touched the thing with like the little teeth on the book, that that would have been enough for me to be like, nope.
Anything that doesn't look like it could be alive. No, I'm good. I don't care if it's Harry Potter. I don't care what is going on. I'm not messing with it. But that's just me.
Well, that's the thing. It's made of human skin, so you're like,
it worked. It worked a little bit more than in this one. So I'm like, it was a stupid thing to do, but he's not like
he's still stupid.
He was stupid, but he wasn't like as stupid as the dude in the remake.
I agree. I got you.
And you can, I think, allow real quick. I think you can allow a kid, because Danny was like 16 maybe, 16, some around there, or at least felt like it's 16. So you can forgive like an arrogant, like, everything's gonna be okay, like nothing bad can happen to me, from a 16-year-old rather than like a 25-year-old or something like that. It's like, but go ahead.
Okay. And what do we have for bad, guys? Anything? Because it seems like you really enjoyed it and it was a short length. But was there any bad scenes or bad parts of this movie?
I really have a hard time saying there was. Obviously, it's not like. It's not like the movie's not like perfection. It's not Shawshank Redemption, obviously, but I'm not sure that my complaints, I can complain about anything without sounding like insanely nitpicky. I have this knee-jerk instinct to say, oh, it was too bloody, but it's Evil Dead, it's supposed to be bloody. I know I mentioned the runtime, but we needed that kind of brief to the point runtime and pacing. So I can't, or I could complain about like the lighting in some parts of the movie, but it's Evil Dead.
It's supposed to be dark.
Movie. It's supposed to be dark.
Yeah.
So really, I'm not sure what I can say to complain about it that wouldn't sound super nitpicky.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you got, Tank?
Yeah. I do got one. Like I didn't mind like what Brandon said, like him Danny opening up the book and stuff like that. It was okay. I thought it was just kind of like, again, it could be like nitpicky, but it's like the reason how they found the book and the stuff. It was just like very coincidence, like, oh, it just so happens this happens at the same time and blah, blah, blah. And then, now you got like a 16-year-old, like, oh, let me jump down this random hole. It's like, pull shit out of it, It's like,
And the only reason I kind of rolled with that is because, the earthquake happened and he looked in there and saw a vault. We kind of get a hint that the kid that, this family might be in a little bit of a financial hardship potentially with them having to move and that sort of thing. Right. So,
the whole building was condemned.
Condemned. Yeah.
There was only a few people on that floor. I think like three units were only used.
Yeah. So
right.
part of me kind of accepted that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I didn't hate it, because like obviously there needs to be a reason. And you can always say like evil helped create the earthquake, and so they can help be found. Kind of
didn't help. It didn't tell you to jump down in a hole. Yeah. There's no earth opening and me jumping down a hole unless unless it's like gold. So that's not happening. I probably once the hole's there, I'm probably not jumping in there. I'm like, Brandon, why don't you go get it?
Yeah.
Send me down there.
I'll tie a rope.
I'll tie a rope around you. I can pull you up. Don't worry about it.
Too tight. Pull you back.
I like it. That's funny. That's good.
Yeah, but the only thing was like the ending. I really don't want to spoil this. The ending was good. I enjoyed it. It's very like what the F. But it felt like it went from like being like funny, not funny, but feeling like scary and creepy to like, okay, now you're kind of going over the top a little bit. But that's what Evil Dead tends to do at times. But a part of me is like kind of asking questions like, wait, why did it, the bad guy want to do that? It seemed like, I don't know. So, I don't want to get too spoilery with it, but that was kind of like, I'm like, I mean, it looked cool and it was kind of crazy looking and off the wall. But it didn't make sense to me. Okay. Like why? Like, it didn't seem like there was a good purpose for it. I don't know, but it was cool. Nonetheless, man, that's about it, man. I'm trying to think of anything else.
Can I ask you guys, so where does the franchise go from here?
Well, real quick, I do have one other thing. Was this a prequel or a sequel to the remake? It doesn't really tell you.
That's a very good question.
I'm kind of inclined to say it didn't even treat the remake as canon. Almost, it almost just kind of felt like it was doing
its own thing.
Its own thing.
It was like a standalone.
Yeah, like here's the next story of the book. Like this is what happens with the book.
Yeah, I almost want to say almost kind of like a reinvention of the franchise.
Yeah. I mean, but that could like lead into what the question Brian asked, like where does it go? And this could be where it goes. It's just these one-off stories of like, now this person found the book. Okay, now this person found the book. Because then you can go in different times. You can go like medieval times. You can go like different time eras and like tell different stories. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
The reason I ask, because I feel like it'd be like a codex. Someone gets control of it, and maybe they realize I can use this to my advantage in some way, or they like. Or they even give it to people that are their
enemy,
and create an empire by using that. Is that is this something we're doing, or is this something that you can use to finally get to the apocalypse? I don't know. So I just wondering, where do you thought that it was actually going to go from here?
Yeah. That's why I was hoping Perp was to be in check, because I was kind of curious, like what he thought. What where it's going to go next, and what was this? Was it a prequel? Was it a sequel? Or was it just a new kind of one shot, kind of like its own story of the book?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It really just felt like its own thing, and they left without spoiling anything. It did kind of leave the door open for just like you said, you could do more with it. You could make a sequel. You could do prequels. It really kind of left the door open. Several doors open if we want to be fair.
Yeah, because you can always do a prequel of the people that recorded the albums.
Exactly.
That would be really interesting.
That's very interesting. I like
all
that
the
idea.
priests, everyone like then now we have their story of them dealing with it, and one of the guys like set the recording. It's like, I'm making this as a warning type of whatever he did.
So did you guys know that this was actually supposed to be released in HBO Max?
HBO Max, yeah. But it tested so well.
It tested so well, they said, let me put it in the movie theater. And it's already made over $40 million. So good job, HBO Max. Good job doing that. Made a good decision.
I know. I real quick, I read an article that when they did the screeners for this, like the testings, that people were freaking out so much because of the gore and the horror that they had to reshoot it to bring it down a little bit. So I kind of want that cut. I want to see that cut. I want to see what
that's the one you're gonna get. That's the one you're gonna get in
the Blu-ray
the Blu-ray
combo. Yeah.
But don't blame us if you throw up.
Cool with that.
It would have been so cool just because I love Halloween season. I would have loved seeing this in like a packed theater in October, just for Halloween season. Warner Brothers, if you're watching it, re-release it in October.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into our ratings. All right. So here at Spoiler Kings, we rate our movies, our reviews a little bit differently. We use our now, later, and never rating. Now means drop what you're doing, go watch this movie right now. It is 100% something you have to know. You have to see it in the theater. It's part of the ambiance. It's everything that you want now. Later, it's something that is good, it's fine, something that we can wait on streaming. We can eventually get to it while you're washing dishes, while you're, barbecuing. You can watch this movie. It's fine. Never is when you literally never going to watch it. You don't want him to ever touch the TV. You don't want to do anything. Like literally, you would rather smash the TV than watch this movie. So that's what we got. Those are our ratings. What do you guys rate Evil Dead Rise?
So, real quick, don't watch this while you eat. Brian said, while you're barbecuing. No. Wait till after the barbecue, late at night. Don't watch this when you eat.
It'll make you hungry?
Yeah. Because you just barfed. So like you got an empty stomach again. But yeah.
Nice canty.
Yeah. Oh, man.
All right, man. What you got?
This is a now. Especially if you're a horror enthusiast, this is very much a must watch. Obviously, if you're an Evil Dead fan, I'll give anything Evil Dead related at least one watch. But yeah, if you want to go to the theater and get scared and be tense and get everything that you want out of the horror genre, give this is pretty much everything that you're looking for, I'd say. A lot of tense moments, no shortage of gore. Like I said, it's just the right runtime. It really doesn't pull any punches, I don't think. So yeah, I could nail this. I could give this a nail.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you got, Tank?
Well, real quick, so Xavier came in and he goes, the gore is the least of my concerns of Evil Dead Rise. Yeah. And those kids making random stupid decisions was just like any typical horror film. Yeah. Which is why you let the teenagers do that, because teenagers make horrible decisions. So, it makes sense.
Like I said, that didn't sit well with me in the remake. We're talking about a grown dude blatantly ignoring the warning signs, but
the book is wrapped in barbed wire,
and all this stuff written in it, not to mess with this book, and you do it anyway. And ironically,
you deserve it. You deserve what's going to happen to you with this.
Appropriately, that character took the most damage in the remake, so I wasn't even mad.
But for me, with Evil Dead Rise, I'm giving it a now. It was great. It was a great horror film. If you're a fan of the franchise, I think it's not a direct, connected to the Bruce Campbell era ones or the remake. It really didn't feel connected at all to the remake one in 2013, whatever year.
2013.
But man, like but it felt still part of the universe, kind of like of all the lore and stuff. So it was great. If you're a horror film in general, I think you're gonna love it. This was great to watch. It was, like Brand said, no shortage of gore, violence, people saying very messed up shit, the demon, mom saying very bad things. Yeah. But so yeah, it was really good. Really good. I enjoyed it a lot.
People scalping each other. I don't need any of that stuff in my life.
Yeah.
I don't need that in my life.
Yeah, but that was good. And then we got Cookie said, I'm gonna catch it as soon as it's streaming.
Yep.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. If you can watch it 4K, definitely. If you can watch it 4K, if you can rent it on 4K on Vudu or something like that, this is worth a 4K rental. And then blast the sound. I think you have a good time at home with this one, for sure.
I love the sound design in this. Sound, it sounded so great.
It's a character in itself. The setting, it helps with the setting. So yeah.
And Xavier said it feels like standalone and separate from the other films, which I think it is. I think it was meant to feel like that. I don't know.
That's awesome. I mean, those are good ratings. I mean, it's always a never for any horror movie, but I tried, and it's so scary that I can't do it. That tells you already now, if you like scary movies, this is for you. It's not for Brian the Grizzly, but I appreciate you guys talking about this movie. Evil Dead Rise is already made over $40 million, which is crazy. Does that surprise you guys that's done so well?
Not me.
I'm learning to never underestimate certain things, and Evil Dead, I'm almost inclined to say, has kind of gone beyond cult at this point. In terms of the horror genre. So I'm not too surprised to a certain extent. Curious to see where they go from here. I think we're getting some kind of follow up in some way, shape, or form, just in terms of how it's performed.
Awesome.
Yeah, I can see that. And then real quick with Rotten Tomatoes.
I got it up next.
Oh, you got it? Go for it, man.
So I got Rotten Tomatoes where we are right now. We have over 161 reviews. They have the tomato meters at 85%, but the audience also has it at 80%. So it's doing well. And the audience has over 1,000 people that have rated this movie. So that tells you that this is something special. It's something that you might really enjoy watching.
Yeah. Like one of the things I saw was said 2.5 stars. It said movie was okay, but they failed to explain the origin of the evil from the book. And I was like,
did you not watch?
That's fine. I mean, I don't think you needed to, because if they go that route of just now we're telling stories of how the book affected people, which would be a great idea of it. And you can go a bunch of different ways. You don't need to keep saying this is why the book's evil every single time. Like if you've seen the movie, you know why. And you just look at it. It's evil. Who gives a shit? Like, man, well, you got teeth. It's an evil book. You don't need anything more than that. So, yeah.
Yeah. And with Evil Dead, especially with this one, something that kind of added more to the one thing that I like with horror sometimes is when they kind of go into the fear of the unknown. And just it being an evil book that you shouldn't be messing with was enough for me. I'd actually be fine with them just making follow-ups, and you
follow it throughout everything, and then you can. That seems like it should be something that should be on streaming services, but it's if it does so well in the Dolby Digital and having the darkness and having the sound and the bold sound around you. I mean, if that really does it, you might as well keep on releasing them. Do it every Halloween, every 3 Halloweens. You got another Evil Dead coming out. Keep it alive. I mean, I think that's a great idea, honestly.
And maintain the horror element. I think that the more kind of hokey, kind of B movie cheesy element really only worked with the character of Ash.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think doing a carbon copy of it. Just kind of do the basics that make that are so synonymous with Evil Dead, like the crazy zoom ins and the camera cutting through the forest or the buildings and the Dutch angles and stuff like that. But just kind of keep making your own thing rather than, just kind of trying to make like a carbon copy of Ash and the tone of the Raimi movies.
Yeah, just do all your stuff. Do yourself. I like that.
Yeah. And then a couple last ones before we call it. Definitely renting 4K. Might get a soundbar for the occasion. Soundbars are pretty cheap now, and they're good. I think my soundbar, I didn't pay that much, and I love it. I love it. Yeah, that thing, the bass hits, it sounds amazing. It sounds like surround sound. So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Go kill.
I'm actually considering a soundbar myself because I've been kind of looking around for a new TV for my bedroom. So,
yeah, definitely
soundbars in the bedroom, the living room. That's where in family rooms. That's where you have the Bose speakers.
You get the 5.1.
Exactly.
You need to feel it.
Exactly.
Yeah, the elevator scene was crazy. Which one? Because there's a couple. So, well, all of them are really awesome. And then Xavier said, if you're squeamish at all, don't eat for sure. I ate cheese sticks and it was fine.
Hey, you were looking at those cheese sticks again, like,
looks like a finger. Yeah, but
all right, but that is our review of Evil Dead Rise, guys. That's what we're thinking. Let us know what you thought. If you guys want to saw the movie, tell me what you're thinking about. Comment in this section if you're watching this later. But this is what we love. We love doing these reviews. We do this every Monday. We usually do on Thursdays. We do TV shows. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers right now. We actually have a giveaway. We're going to release our giveaway video, our first giveaway video this week for our third prize winner. We're going to also have a second prize winner, and we'll release that when we have 900 subscribers, and then we'll have a first prize winner. We'll release that at 950. So that's what we're going to be doing. Stay tuned to more videos. I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank for everyone being in the chat. Thank you guys for watching it because I was too scared to do it. And we're going to move on to another topic right away. Thank you, guys. All right.
Cool. So
let's go to Sony stuff. Yeah, because some really good.
Yeah, it just finished. The panel finished a few minutes ago, so which was great. But Tony said, speaking of remake, Jane Lilly got cake. I was thinking, I don't know what he's talking about.
The girl from the main actress from the 2013 version.
She got that's what that is.
Yeah, then Travis giving some props for the Sixth Ranger profile pic. Yeah, who's he got? I don't know which one that one is. But yeah. Any updates for Venom 3? I didn't see any yet, but we're gonna go over the Sony stuff right now. Let's see. Let me hide that. So what we got? We got Sony released a few, talked about a few different things. So we got, just right off the bat, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Kraven the Hunter, Madam Web, Gran Turismo, Insidious, The Red Door, The Equalizer 3, and the next Ghostbuster movie. And then a few other projects like Anyone But You. I think that's about it. So you guys want to just go in order? Oh yeah. And then the very first one they started off the show with was let me get to it. Bad Boys 4. Yeah. The fourth week of shooting. So they just started shooting about a month ago.
Yeah, and I completely forgotten that they were shooting that one. I Bad Boys for Life took a minute to kind of grow on me, but I appreciated it. I appreciated it more with each watch. I like the first time I watched it, don't get me wrong, I didn't hate it at all, but it just didn't, I guess it just didn't work for me as well as the first two did. But then as I watched it more, that's when it started kind of growing on me.
Yeah.
I actually like this one more than I like Bad Boys 2.
What? At this point in time, me too.
Because I enjoyed watching. I mean, the story was good. It made sense.
It was.
It brought things together. I actually thought they might end the series right there, but guess Bad Boys 4. This is a good time for Will Smith to get back into the game. People might be, willing to forgive, a lot of stuff that we've had right now. So I'm excited that they've gone ahead and gone shooting this movie. I was happy actually to see, I think it was on Will Smith's Instagram when he went to Martin's house when they went shooting the first day. I was happy to see them together. I'm glad Martin got his star on the Walk of Fame finally, which is crazy. Martin is one of the greatest TV shows of all time, and he's just getting a star on the Walk of Fame. Y'all need to do y'all history. This Mark, when we were just talking about BET, come on, there would be no BET without Martin. So there'll be no UPN. There'll be nothing. Martin is a classic, great show. And he's been a great comedian. He's been making great movies. So I'm a little disappointed in everybody that he's just getting a star on the Walk of Fame. Just a little bit.
He's a great comedian. But yeah, Martin is like one of the best sitcoms ever.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Then we also got shit, I lost my spot. Another new movie from them. Let me pull it up. Called Dumb Money. So it is a movie about the chaos from GameStop stock skyrocketing due to Reddit. So that whole stonk thing that we got a few years ago, they're literally making a movie. It's Paul Dano, Seth Rogen, Sebastian Stan, Pete Davidson, Anthony Ramos, Vincent D'Onofrio, who else? How you pronounce her name? Shailene Woodley. Shailene Woodley. She's in it. Yeah. So that seems like it's going to be.
Someone that's Aaron Rodgers' ex-girlfriend, man. You gotta be able to pull that out, man.
Oh shit, that's right. That's right. The crystal mommy.
pretty eclectic cast, huh?
Yeah. Crazy. I have no direction at all with seeing all those names. I have no idea what it's going to be about.
Yeah.
How it's going to be shot. I understand what it's going to be about, but how it's going to be shot.
Yeah. I mean, Seth Rogen's in it. He's going to be like producer or some shit. Like he's going to be somewhat in charge.
He's going to laugh somehow.
Of course. But that's going to be interesting because that whole situation was crazy. It was crazy. I think I forgot. I was talking to somebody at work about it not that long ago. So the whole GameStop stonk, was funny. They're already making a movie about it, and this happened I feel like right at the beginning of COVID. Is when it.
I thought it was 2019. So I mean,
might have been. Yeah. So it was all crazy. And then they got to watch the first few minutes of Dumb Money. So they got to see that. Nick Offerman's in it as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I now know what type of movie this is going to be.
Yeah. He goes, shows D'Onofrio, Rogen, and Nick Offerman, who all star as executives within the stock market, who freak out at Paul Dano's character causing the GameStop stock to shoot up. So, yeah.
Paul Dano being the one responsible for that just
right.
is hilarious to me.
Yeah, not Seth Rogen. You would figure it would be like Seth Rogen with a bong on a computer.
That actually it falls over, hits the up arrow.
Yeah. Paul Dano always just comes off as very competent, which is going to be which just makes it all the more hilarious.
It's probably Seth Rogen's boss, and that's how that's going to happen somehow.
Well, Paul Dano is the one who causes the GameStop stock to shoot up, so he might be the Reddit kind of guy.
He causes it to shoot up. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he might be the guy in the bong at home telling people to buy GameStop. Because I just watched because I wanted to hate myself and be angry for whatever reason. I hate myself, but be angry at the world. I decided to watch Get Short. Or The Big Short, randomly. Short. I'm like, I want to watch something. I'm like, I'll watch Big Short. I haven't watched it in a while. And then, 2 hours later, I was like, fuck this world and all the evil rich people. But yeah, so.
Fun fact about that movie: Christian Bale, obviously method actor that he is, actually learned to play drums by
Of course he did.
I think he was he by the time he was finished taking drum lessons, he could play like a bunch of Opeth songs. I think.
Nice.
That just sounds like him. Hey, let me go to some of these comments real quick.
Yeah.
So Vanessa Hudgens was a very nice addition.
She was.
She could be added to anything in my thing. I'm viewing whatever. If she's in a scary movie,
you might watch
outfit, I might watch it.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah,
I'll go. The captain dying in Bad Boys 3 was legit upsetting. I agree with that. It really tore me up.
Yeah,
really
and now the guy who did it has a redemptive arc.
I know, and it's not just the guy who did it. It's Will Smith's son, which is crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But
you ain't got no money, no job.
Tommy.
Come on.
Did we ever find out what he did?
We all knew what Tommy did.
I mean,
he went to the office. We all know what his job was.
Yeah, because he always dressed nice. Had nice.
You always had you had that Tommy in your life. You're like, oh, man, what do you do? What do you do? I have to go to the office. Oh, okay, you're outside a lot today. You're producing some stuff, or you're running from place to place. I got you. I know what you're doing.
Yeah. So sorry, Lonely Banter. It keeps getting removed.
Yeah, I don't understand why.
On Extreme Elements keeps blocking it. I don't know why.
Yeah, but hello, what's up, LB? What's going on? I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, so it's showing up on our end. I'm sorry. Yeah, on YouTube, it's like
we got you, man.
Yeah, we got you. I don't know why. Literally, he got blocked for saying hello all. It's like Extreme Elements is like, not today. It's like, damn bot.
Yeah, that's weird. It really is weird. I don't know.
Yeah. But what's up, Lonely Banter?
We're paying attention. We appreciate you being here. F the bot. I got you.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, but yeah. Where we leave off at. But yeah. Welcome, Lonely Banter, coming in. We're talking about this Sony stuff that just finished. So we just finished all about Dumb Money. So the next one they brought up was Insidious: The Red Door.
Yeah.
So I don't think you got too much about that one.
Do you need much more? I mean,
yeah.
It's cool to see Patrick Wilson, the star of it. This is going to be his directorial debut.
I didn't know that.
One.
Yeah.
Always been a fan of his. So I'll watch anything that he's in. I just really enjoy him as an actor.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I just enjoy Patrick Wilson. I just find him to be a very likable actor. I just like the guy.
I just don't mind him going through all the bad stuff because just like I look at him like he's got a punchable face. I don't know.
You think he's got a punchable face? Like I'd want to hang out with that dude and have like
not by me, but like by the evil that's going on.
All the demons.
The demons go after him. Yeah, I want to punch him, not me.
Even as Ocean Master in the
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I just chill with the dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's directing this one, so I'm kind of interested to see how he does.
So in the first one, wasn't the boy past the front door, the red door? I mean, in the
I don't
first
know.
one?
So this one they showed a extended trailer, and I don't know if it's like leak or spoiler, so I don't know. But the new footage showed an adult Dalton being haunted by a wide variety of demons while he's now in college. And then Patrick Wilson returns as his father and is teased that he's now going to have to guide his son to how to travel between the further and reality. So yeah, I guess he did pass the door, and his dad's gonna have to teach him.
Yeah, teach him how to deal with it and how to get back.
Yeah, so cool.
That was the same kid playing Dalton, right?
I don't know.
I mean, did they recast? I don't know.
I'm looking at
attention.
Oh no, that is the same actor.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the same actor.
Brandon Davis says, "I love Patrick Wilson. He has a great career from Broadway to Hollywood." Yeah,
he's great. I think he's cool.
Yeah, I think he's a really good actor.
I'm just glad it's him and not me. That's go after that guy, not me. I'm good.
Yeah. What you got?
Yeah, he. No, I was just reiterating. I'm just a fan of the guy's work. Really liked him in Watchmen. Really liked him in I think he had a part in Bone Tomahawk, if I remember correctly. I liked him in Young Adult. I thought he was pretty funny in Young Adult. I thought he was hilarious. Like he played such a great dickhead in the A-Team movie. Also, like he played a really good just douche of a villain. So yeah, he's good. I'm pulling for him in his to see how he does in his directorial debut.
Yeah.
Brandon says, when he went into the further, I'm sure it was a red door he had to go through to get his son.
Probably. That's why it's probably called the Red Door. So, yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. I mean, I like the franchise. I think it's fun.
It's good. Yeah. Definitely. It was one of the contributing factors that really had me keeping an eye out for James Wan. As a director, he's
as a whole like a horror film director.
Yeah, and now he's doing hell. He did one of my favorite Fast and Furious movies, the 7th one. And he's doing Aquaman. So
and that's just something I don't know how I feel about that right now. I mean, I thought Aquaman was great before, but now, do you feel like it's going to? Is it not going to get? I mean, I haven't seen any marketing at all for it. So we're talking about for 9 months, we're hearing about we should have teaser trails and stuff like that, and we got Warner Brothers not releasing it at all ever. We don't know when things are coming out.
Yeah, look at how many times it's been delayed, unfortunately, and I wouldn't be surprised if it gets delayed again.
I think they're going to push it through because they want to be done with it this year. So they're going to push it through no matter what. It will be out by December 31st.
Yeah, at this point, with all the test screenings and then it just being rebooted, at this point, they already filmed the movie over a year ago. So at this point, it's like in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah. I'm sure James Wan and everyone else is like, all right, can we be done with this now?
Yeah, can we be done? Yeah, I think pretty much everyone's just over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just put the movie out. You spent the money on it and went through the trouble of filming it. So, just
yeah. So we also got so everyone there at CinemaCon got to get 14 minutes of Across the Spider-Verse.
Cool.
So, which is nothing big. It said it just showed Gwen and Miles swinging, and Gwen telling him that they've been trying to stop the multiverse from collapsing for a while.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy, just it seemed like a 14-minute trailer. Probably the beginning of it.
You probably understand what's going on. He's probably going to introduce them some of Spider-Man.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, 14 minutes is like, I'm assuming it's like right at the beginning.
Yeah, I think 14 minutes would piss me off, honestly. Like
just a little tease. Like,
14 minutes get you into the thing, and all of a sudden you're sitting down. You're like, okay, I'm into the movie. I'm into what you're doing. I'm into the scene, and then lights turn on. I'm throwing something. I'm picking up my chair. I'm throwing that. Like, how dare you do this to me?
What are you doing? Are you? This just made me laugh. Miss Marvel had a trailer ready, so where's Aquaman trailer?
Exactly. It's about that time. Within a year, you need to go ahead and have that out. Let's go.
Yeah.
Unless they delay it again, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Quit playing Warner Brothers. Just put the movie out.
Yeah. The Spider-Man footage included snippets of new music from Metro Boomin. I don't know if you guys know who that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
definitely know who Metro Boomin is.
I think with a Miles story, music is very important. Him being young, just young kids are just into music, and how big the music was in the first one.
Yeah. So, I mean, Miles itself is into a lot of music, and that's part of the culture, and it's part of being in New York at that time. During the time, I mean, just you always are surrounded by music and by musical geniuses. I mean, so that's why you're going to have a different type of taste, and I appreciate that they're going to have different type of taste with that too.
Then we got Craven. Craven is rated R. Check that out.
Well, Sony's not afraid to make rated R. No. They have terrible storylines, and they have great casting. So great casting, they'll give you rated whatever. They just don't know how to stick the landing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just so the first footage shows Craven, which is Aaron Taylor Johnson, in a vest as he slices up a military convoy in a very bloody fashion. So might be bloody. So, which I guess he's a hunter, so yeah, right. I mean, you expect that. But we got the Rhino appears, and that I'm kind of interested. What kind of Rhino are we getting? Are we gonna get the stupid,
I think
Amazing Spider-Man?
Paul Giamatti. Yeah, what
Paul Giamatti. Yeah, that was so bad. So bad. I don't know. I can see a dude just in a giant, or do they do like a CGI thing? Like he's like a mutant kind of. I don't know.
If they're smart, they redo the entire look. If they're Warner Brothers,
I mean, just keep it like the comic book. This is a dude in a giant rhino outfit. I mean, it's not brain surgery. Well, that's what they wind up redoing it all for the Andrew Garfield, and it was Paul Giamatti in a fucking mech suit, which is stupid. So I don't know. But
no, agreed.
Yeah. So the first trailer for Craven will debut in theaters in summer. So it should be getting it pretty soon then.
And then when does Craven come out?
Yeah, they even specified a release date. I don't even think
so.
I don't even think they've set an exact release date for it yet.
Yeah. So here, this is kind of like a quick breakdown. What they saw was Craven was stopping some poachers in the wild. Craven killing everyone like an animal. So, okay. He uses weapons, his hands, even his own teeth, and he bites a poacher and spits out the blood. Yeah. Crawls around the walls and punches on foes like an animal. So I thought this dude was supposed to be a hunter, not like, well, who said it earlier? I forgot who told us. He's like more of a counter. My God.
They said he's going to be an anti-hero.
Yeah, anti-hero, but he's going to be more of a, what the hell? Like protecting the wildlife.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. This is what happens when you get 2 hours of sleep a night. You forget words.
2? Oh my God, you're doing real good, man.
Yeah, right. A conflict between his father, played by Russell Crowe. All right.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot Russell was in it.
Who was the one actually raised him in the ways of hunter versus prey. That'd be kind of cool. So over the top gore. Okay. I mean,
conservationist.
Conservationist. There you go. Yeah. But okay. Yeah. I don't know. Surprisingly, he does meet up with another Spider-Man villain, the Rhino. A huge fight between them begins, and the former injects himself with a serum that actually turns him into a huge Rhino monster, as opposed to being in a mech suit. So that's not bad. I could take that, like almost like a Bane.
Almost like they fix it. They're fixing it from the first one. They're like, we did a bad job, so here now we have him to a Rhino. Yeah,
and it said the footage only saw his arm morphing into a big gray rhino-like fist that did look somewhat comic book accurate. So
okay,
not bad.
Brandon, the Ash and Evil Dead leaves Netflix on the 28th, so I'm going to binge. Was watching the Purge TV series, but that's on hold now. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Let us know what you think of Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
Tony, I feel Flash will kill it and Blue Beetle will be a surprise hit. I think Flash will make a lot of money, and unfortunately, and Blue Beetle will also not make as much money, but will be a great movie. I just don't think it's gonna get the money that it should be making. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Blue Beetle only makes, I think it's crazy, only $350 million, but yeah, by only $350 million.
Yeah. That might be a fail. I think it makes more than Black Adam.
Oh yeah,
Black Adam made 380, man. I don't know, man.
I can see Blue Beetle, man.
That's a lot.
I could see it making more.
I haven't seen DC people really come and do it, and then they're not marketing it.
Yeah, not yet.
I don't know. I mean, I hope you're right, but we'll see.
I mean, I can see like the Hispanic community coming together. Like George Lopez is in it. The dude from Cobra Kai, I can't think of his name. Zolo. Yeah. He's kind of been a surprise hit. So I can see a lot of people, like from the Hispanic community, like coming together and be like, okay, let's see what it's about.
We're still asking for a lot of money.
Yeah, I think it'll do better than Black Adam. Black Adam was a flop. Like
but that's still $400 million what you're asking for during a time when Beast Wars and all that other stuff. So that's a lot. We'll see. I really hope it does, because this Blue Beetle needs to have the following, and it needs to be continued. It really does. Yeah. And the only way you can do it is by making the money. So it needs to make like $600 or $700 million, so people understand that they're going to follow it if you make another one.
Yeah,
I hope so. Yeah, because I'd love to see it.
Continue,
gain that traction. I guess the new Flash trailer is coming out tomorrow.
Yep.
I'm taking bets. How much do you guys want to bet we're going to see more of Batman in that trailer than we do the Flash himself?
Yeah. You might see Ezra Miller, but you won't see him in the Flash costume.
Yeah.
I think we might get the evil Flash, a glimpse of that, but it's going to be 80% Batman. Even the posters that released, all the posters were Batman.
All the posters are Batman. They want you to forget all about Ezra Miller because he is the evil Flash.
Yeah.
Metro Bomb-Man is amazing. Okay. And Brandon says Blue Beetle will suck.
Let's hope not.
Stop. Don't put that evil out there, man.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Yeah. He made a song Creeping with the Weeknd and 21 Savage.
Okay. I'll check it out.
And then Brandon said conservationist.
Yeah. Thank you.
And then pre-sales for Guardians have been pretty bad so far. Reviews will probably save it, but imagine if it underperforms. I think Marvel fans, unlike DC fans, they go out and they support movies, even if they're bad movies. So I think, like, literally, your bottom is $400 million, and then they will go and support it even more after that and see where it goes. I think Guardians will start slow, but end up making, $520, $540 million, something like that.
Yeah, I can see maybe doing. Right now, everyone is on the hate Marvel train.
Pretty much.
So but even if it is a good movie.
Even with that, they still make money.
Yeah.
But Ant-Man still made almost $500 million.
Yeah. I don't know if that was a profit. I got to look at the numbers for it, because 500 for a Marvel movie, that's basically a flop for Marvel.
Considering they said they only spent $72 million on the movie, I don't know how that could be.
No way. On Ant-Man? With everything CGI? With
all that CGI? I know.
There's no way. There's no way.
I know.
Yeah, Horror Geek said it. Yeah, Ant-Man is definitely losing money. There's no way with all that CGI. Yeah, I mean that money alone, that's Paul Rudd's paycheck. Just Paul Rudd. So
no one paying Paul Rudd that much money. That's crazy.
Paul Rudd's great. His budget is $200 million.
200. Then you double it usually. At least
just for marketing.
Yeah, just for marketing, you should double it and say $400 million.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. It needs a 6 to break even.
How would that be possible if it's only $200 million?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's $400 million in marketing. I don't know. That's a lot of marketing. $400 million. I don't know.
Well, I know marketing. Yeah, I don't think because marketing is usually
double.
Just say double is like a good number, but
yeah,
I don't know the exact equation for the marketing, but. Yeah, I mean, it'll probably break even or slightly get above it. It's not gonna.
It's at $500 million. That's what it is right now, basically.
Yeah, it's not gonna knock out of the park. All right, let's finish this up real quick. So we got the first trailer for Gran Turismo. So I don't know if they showed. Did they write anything what this one was about? No, they didn't. I'm looking at discussing film on Twitter. He didn't write too much about it, but. Yeah, the film follows a true story about winning a competition against other Turismo gamers and getting to race against real racers. So, okay, cool. So, gamer turned to real racer, and it's based on a real story. So that seems interesting. I'll take that. Then we got an R-rated rom-com called Anyone But You, starring Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney. So, okay. Interesting. Very two attractive looking people in a rom-com. Like, oh yeah, how can that fail, right?
And then rated R.
Yeah, and rated R.
Softcore.
Possibly. Possibly.
Yeah, see how they go with that. You know, could be raunchy, could be, you know, When Harry Met Sally. That was an R-rated.
Was that R-rated?
Yeah, When Harry Met Sally was R. Yeah,
I did not know that. Damn.
Which was
my
like,
R-rated.
which was like weird and almost probably unheard of at that time. But yeah, it was definitely an R-rated romantic comedy
because of the there are adult parts. You know, I understand.
Very much adult parts, and
yeah.
So we'll see what we'll see what happens with this one.
Yeah. Then we got Tom Rothman says you can see at Sony we're not effing around. So I'm not sure who Tom Rothman is. The CEO. Never mind. He's the CEO.
Yeah, he's the CEO. He was one of the reasons X-Men 3 sucked when he was still at Fox. He was the reason
all the X-Men sucked.
He was one of the reasons I believe behind Amazing Spider-Man getting rebooted when he came over to Sony. So if you want to talk about like real superhero villains, he's pretty much up
he's
there.
The villain. You could just call him
the one.
Look, man, come on, he ain't a villain. He's just an anti-hero.
Him and Avi or Rod are two of Marvel's biggest villains.
He's an anti-hero, man. You don't understand what side he was on. That's all.
Yeah, that's funny. Then we got a Napoleon. Napoleon will have a robust theatrical window and full throttle marketing campaign from Sony before moving to Apple TV Plus.
Is that going to be the one with Joaquin Phoenix?
I'm not sure. Leads a brutal ambush against his enemies on frozen tundra. It doesn't say too much about what they saw and stuff like that in the cast, but okay, that'd be interesting. Joaquin Phoenix says Napoleon.
Phoenix, yeah. Vanessa Kirby. Oh man, okay.
Okay. And then last, we got Paul Rudd and Carrie Coon will be in the Ghostbusters uniform in the Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel. What do you guys think about that?
I mean,
I think Carrie Coon has a very unfortunate last name.
It's not the best.
I didn't see you say go there. All right, that's where we're going. Okay.
Yeah. So it is like Derpy said, it is officially titled Ghostbusters Firehouse. So they're going back to the firehouse.
Yeah, going back to New York. So, and I did see some set pictures yesterday. They're bringing back Walter Peck from the first movie.
Nice.
Probably gonna have the try to get the firehouse shut down again. But this
exactly.
This one will be
cool. He did not age well. So there's some screen shots that they went up showing. So obviously Ernie Hudson, legend.
Yeah, Ernie.
Yeah. And then there's Peck. Let's see. And then Paul Rudd. You got a robe on, obviously, but you can see the flight suit.
He looks like a Jedi.
Yeah, I know, when they wear those stupid robes to cover up whatever they're wearing.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I am super excited about that. I love Ghostbusters. I thought the remake sequel. I think you said, Brian, is really it didn't get its love. It
didn't get the love it deserved. I mean, it was one of the better movies that we had.
80s, 2000s, and 20s. So
hey, I mean, not everyone's going to age like fine wine. Come on.
Yeah, but he does look like he's going to be another like asshole kind of character.
Hey, you do what you know. You do what you know. That's all.
I'm sure Walter Peck is like a great guy, but him, I remember being a kid and hating him in the first one. Hating him. Face.
Once again, another person with a punchable face, except I want to punch him.
He might
he might die. It might be good. I feel like the Ghostbusters with Melissa McCartney and Kristen Wiig kind of really put a bad taste in people's mouth, and then that's why it didn't make as much money that it should have. It should have made double the amount of money that it did make.
Yeah.
It's that good of a movie, and it just did. I mean, it has the name behind it. If we got that before we got the 2016 one, I think it would have blown up.
Yeah.
The 2016 one wasn't quite my cup of tea. I thought it had potential because, I think it had, I know a lot of people were all up in arms about, they were going all female with it, but I knew they were kind of going to go that route when they announced that Paul Feig was going to direct it, because he pretty much only does female-led movies or female-led comedies like Bridesmaids and The Heat and that sort of thing. So I just kind of assumed that was, and Melissa McCarthy and him were a package deal. But the cast wasn't.
I didn't think they were very engaging. Not all of them were engaging. Like she didn't bring you in, draw you in,
exactly.
And that kind of dooms you from the beginning.
Yeah, like I don't care if you want to do all female, whatever you want to do. It needs to be a good movie. Yeah, and it's not a good movie. But then the problem is, like, when you criticize it for not being a good movie, and everyone else criticizes it for it being all female led, it's like, then that's what they focus on. They're like, look, everyone hates it because it's all women. Like, no, it sucks because it sucks. It doesn't suck because that 4 great actresses are in it. It sucks because
whoa.
Who was in him?
2.5. 2.5. 2.5 great actresses.
I think McCarthy's funny.
I'm all for Melissa McCarthy.
It didn't use her properly, I don't think, though.
Nope, not really. Kristen Wiig, I like.
Kristen Wiig is good. I enjoy her.
I do not like Kate McKinnon. I've never liked Kate. I have never. Oh, she's cringy to me. I don't like her. I do not.
No, I like her.
I don't mind. I don't mind her, but her weirdo gimmick kind of it wears thin after a while.
After I see one movie, I don't need to see it in every single movie you do. It doesn't. Come on.
Yeah. It's like the only thing she does.
I get that.
My half is Leslie Jones because I feel like she's good at improv. She's just not it wasn't written necessarily for her.
Yeah,
she's just there. This is like some person that's there. She tried to be the Ernie, but
Leslie Jones can be funny.
Yeah,
she really can.
And she can act. And she can, but I just didn't think it was a good fit here.
Yeah. I think she's only as good as the content that she works with.
That's most people.
Yeah, I think the content kind of failed her, unfortunately. But she can be very, very funny, I think.
I'm looking at what else she was in. I mean, this was probably the biggest mainstream movie she was ever in. Like, she was in Masterminds. I don't know if you guys ever watched Masterminds. That shit's fucking hilarious. Zach Galifianakis, Kate McKinnon is in it.
She had some funny parts in that.
I thought that one was good. Yeah, because she's like evil, like she's a bad guy basically, But I all the time, I was like maybe too much, but like I always tell my girlfriend fart transplant.
I remember
they do a fart transplant
when they were doing the
like butts to butt. Like we do a fart. Yeah. Masterminds, but yeah, I mean, literally, Coming to America 2, she was in.
Yep.
Not. I would say not that big of a role. She was in.
She's the mother, so decent.
Yeah, no. But this was like her kind of could have been her like breakout. And when they just didn't utilize anybody, even Chris Hemsworth was stupid in it.
Yeah, so. and the way they made his character like that dumb just was kind of that wore thin pretty quick.
Yeah. So
Marvel did the same thing, so it is what it is. But I still think it would have made a lot more money if that didn't come out and turn people off towards the Ghostbusters, thinking that we can't remake it well. I think we still would have done well, and we would have had a very good movie, and it would have been a great franchise that you can see the sequel making big money. But it just came out at that time. It was in 2021, and it was after that last movie with a bad taste in your mouth. So that's kind of how it is.
Yeah. So
we'll see how Firehouse goes. I'm game for anything Ghostbusters. So
I'm a fan.
And plus the director, because I know Jason Reitman's not coming back to direct this one, the director of Afterlife. I know it's the co-writer of Afterlife, Gil Kennan, who has actually made quite a few movies that I liked. He made the, speaking of underrated movies, he directed the very underrated Monster House, which is one of my favorite movies to watch during Halloween. He's had a good hand in like writing and directing a few things. He directed I know he directed the Poltergeist remake, which I didn't think was bad. It was just kind of forgettable, I thought. But him directing, especially after co-writing Afterlife, I think he'll do a solid job.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm in for it. I like it. That's about it for CinemaCon today, that was the biggest one. Like you said, the social embargo lifts tomorrow, right after the CinemaCon premiere of The Flash. So we're gonna get so many people talking about Flash tomorrow. So Warner Brothers is notifying attendees that it's not the final product. VFX touch-ups. So at least story-wise, acting-wise, everything is it. But you're gonna get like the VFX. So you might get like a gray plane, flying, instead of like the actual real thing, which is fine. But that's gonna be the big one tomorrow. I mean, people are gonna lose their damn mind because if it's good, and people that watch it are like, you're gonna enjoy it, then it's gonna break $1 billion. Like,
and then Warner Brothers is in that situation. And when I brought up 5 months ago, I was like, I'm just letting you follow the money. Might end up coming out.
My only thing is, I know they're two different companies, but I know we haven't. We did talk a little bit about Jonathan Majors last time. I didn't I cut a video, but I didn't release it because just from us recording to me editing and about to release, more stuff came out, and I don't want to be like a constant thing about it. So we'll probably wait until we get the actual verdict in May 8th or something, and then actually do like a video about
everything is changing like so fast.
So much. Even like today, I saw more stuff. So but everything that happened with Jonathan Majors, with him being dropped from everywhere, and there's like nothing is even set in stone yet. Where in an Ezra kind of, if he gets by, I think the Jonathan Majors situation might change the Ezra Miller situation when it comes back around. I hope so. I mean, it could have been enough time and enough money, and then they're like, all is forgiven. So
there's a big difference between Ezra Miller and Jonathan Majors.
I know
it could be a $1 billion difference.
Well, yeah, there's another.
Not even that.
There's another difference, and it's right on the tip of my tongue.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. There's a difference.
Yeah.
A menacing dude, a menacing guy who's supposed to be the villain, and does a good job, and he's a certain complexion, and then you have Ezra Miller being a hero.
What does Chillmonger always say? A person of a certain melanin type.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, that does change things, and unfortunately, it does, and changes the money too.
So we'll see, man. We'll see, because if people come out and say it's good tomorrow, and they're just gonna hype it up even more, and it's gonna make more money, and then it just sounds more and more Brian is right. Which none of us want you to be right.
I don't even want to be right. I don't even want to be right. I'm just like, when you follow money, when you follow the money, you usually get to the answer. That's unfortunately what it is.
I never heard that before.
What's that?
You follow the money, you get to the dancer.
You get to the answer.
I know. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm about to say, damn, man, that's a interesting metaphor there, man.
But no, that works too, though. Follow the money, you get to the dancer. You do that too. That's definitely upgraded, though. So it's a different type of. Oh man, but with all that said, I really want to talk about John Boyega.
Yeah, that's about it for CinemaCon right now. CinemaCon goes on through the rest of the week, so I'm sure Thursday we're gonna talk about some more stuff.
You could talk about it on Thursday.
What? Wait, what's happening? Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, so before we go in, no Thursday show. That's right. I forgot about it. Yeah. So no Thursday show. We're floating in the air if we're gonna replace it with another day. I don't think so. But
I know. I want to do individual reviews. I think we could do that. I think we could tape
we'll tape some
a
stuff.
Bel Air review. I'm going to have my Picard review. I mean, we could do a couple of individual. I wanted to have content still and then get comments because interacting with you guys is like the highlight of our week. It really is.
Yeah.
And we love doing it. But with the draft coming on, the NFL draft, that's something else that we're really into, football. And it's actually also my baby's concert.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
So I have that too. So it is what it is.
Yeah. So you're going from your baby to your metaphorical baby, a football.
My baby, and then like right to Justin. Like, all right, come on, Justin.
Yeah. So we're gonna, if anybody's into sports, into primarily obviously NFL, we are gonna do a watch party for the first round of the NFL draft on the Thursday. So we're not gonna be live here. We're gonna be live on Dynasty Pylon talking about football on Thursday.
Yes.
So yeah.
But we will be releasing a lot of information, a lot of stuff still. Please, I'm telling you, your comments are like some of the best things I like to do. Look at your comments and respond to those things. So please comment on what you think, and we will definitely have a lot of stuff still. Trust us.
Yeah, for sure.
And something big happens, maybe we'll have to do something quick on Saturday. Like, hey, let's do this one more time.
Maybe.
If we can get Brandon, he's a social butterfly, so we don't know.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah.
But I will try to make it. I will try to lay aside that time.
Yeah. We'll see. But as of right now, this might be the only show.
No problem. It'll give me an excuse to behave.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this. So I like what Tony says. I feel that when Flash runs back to the new timeline, it'll be a new actor as Barry.
That'd be cool.
I'd be totally good with that.
Yeah. I'd be fine with that.
And if it does, then it definitely will make $1 billion. Because even the people that are pissed off will be like, "Oh, you replaced them in the movie? Done.
Yeah.
Billion.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. But cool. It was about a little bit over 30 minutes. But yeah, CinemaCon, it's going on for the rest of the week. So if you're on Twitter, follow us on Twitter at @spoiler_kings. So follow us over there. We're going to post some stuff throughout and then obviously on Facebook as well. Join the Spoiler Kings Facebook group. Link is in the description for that one too. But we're going to be sharing whatever big stuff comes out from the rest of the CinemaCon. And if you're watching on replay, thank you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and lets YouTube know we're doing a good job. And we're on our way to 1,000. So we're going to be announcing our first prize, our first set of giveaways for our 1,000 subscriber giveaway contest. So don't want to miss that, so make sure you hit the subscribe button and help us get to 1,000 quicker. So please share the stream and the videos with your friends and family. But we are out of here for this one. If you're watching live, stick around. We're going to talk about some other stuff. All right. So let's get right into the Jonathan Majors. Not Jonathan. Oh my God.
No.
Wait, hit this again. I'm deep in the Jonathan Majors hole right now. Because of Chipmonger. He was like, damn, he went deep. All right, start this again. All right, so we're going to finish the night talking about one of our favorite topics, Star Wars, and we're getting the return of John Boyega as Finn. What do you guys think?
I saw it coming. Everyone says everyone says they're done. Everyone always says they're done until they see enough zeros on the paycheck.
You're not wrong.
So
what you're saying is follow the money and you'll find the truth.
Find the answer.
You'll get the answer.
Because John Boyega sounded like he was like done, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So they probably threw gold bars at him. But
so much money, man. Much money.
Yeah, they had to.
They literally said that it doesn't matter what he said, he wasn't going to take. I'm not doing it again. They were just going to add money, continue to add money to him until he just finally says okay. Like, it doesn't matter what he was going to say. Like, no, $50 million a movie. No. $55 million a no. No.
Yeah.
He's like, no. Keep going up.
They're always done until there's enough, until there's enough zeros there. He said he was done, Hugh Jackman was done with Wolverine until Deadpool 3, money talks. So
I mean, understand the movie that they're going to, the him and Daisy Ridley are supposed to be doing is, but didn't they lose their director? Like, then they had to bring a new director in and all this stuff, and this has to come out by 2025. This movie will be at 2025, will be out. So it's possible that the reports I'm hearing is that Daisy might not even be the star. They might choose to star John Boyega as the title, like the person that they're going to follow. Period. And
which
Daisy is like the master that or they might both be Jedi masters by this time too. So they haven't decided how to go, but they think Boyega will be the one that we're following more than anything because they got to offer him that much money for him to come back.
Which I'd be good with because it was clear that that Abrams had plans for Finn that Rian Johnson unceremoniously pissed away. So this is probably them trying to salvage that in any way that they can.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it real quick. So this is it's like unofficial, but the new Jedi Order movie to begin filming in February 2024 with pre-production to start in August 2023, starring Ridley and recently rumored John Boyega returning. Mm-hmm. So if they start filming in February 2024, it's
out. It's out 2025.
Yeah.
Like he says, I was shocked to see him returning. Good for him. Get that money.
Yeah.
So I think the rumor is Kathleen Kennedy. They told her that Star Wars not coming out with movies, and she's been the one running it. They said basically she does not make a move by 2025, she will be fired, unceremoniously fired. So it isn't like she's going to be sitting down, sitting this out anymore. She's going to be fired if she doesn't have that movie by 2025. That's they're going to push it. My worry is, what if they push it too fast? If they rush this movie and it's like not a good quality
sequel trilogies,
exactly.
They rushed it and they gave us trash.
Well, 9 was great, was fine. I mean, 7 was fine, and then 8 got worse, and 9. And as they rushed it because they had a timeline, it got worse and worse. Mm-hmm. So if they do that, I do worry about it. But I do like the concept of rebuilding the Jedi Order and having new rules and different type of Jedi. I like the idea. But they have to write an entire movie around it, and I worry that they're not going to be able to do it. I wouldn't be surprised if possibly they don't pull it off.
I think the main thing that I got out of this conversation so far is we need to do what we can to make sure that Kathleen Kennedy does not move. So
I still think she's gone this year.
Anyone want to go to Home Depot? We can get some rope or something.
I think that she's going to stay into this movie. I think she'll be there. She might no longer run everything, but I think she will stay into this movie. I don't think she's stepping down anytime soon.
I don't think she's stepping down. I think she's going to be let go. I think she's done.
They said they gave her to 2025. That's what all the rumors are. They're giving her to get this movie out. So,
I mean, she get it out. But what if John Boyega?
Or in August, if August they don't get the pre-production started, that could be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Like, yeah. But what if they told John Boyega, like, here's a shit ton of money, he's like, okay, check. Here's a script where you're not just going around screaming Ray, right? He's like, okay, and it's a good script or a good idea. And it's not a script yet, but a good idea, right? So he's like, okay, I'm on board with that, and then they're like, and KK is going to be gone. He's like, done. Like, what if they told him, like, hey, by the time you start shooting, KK's not in charge anymore?
I don't think this, because she had a conversation with him so far. She's the one that reached out to him.
Yeah, and then it said they made amends. Well, I was like, or not made amends. I don't know, whatever they decided to use. I don't know. I still think I still hope she's gone. I hope she's gone because I'd rather see Filoni being creatively.
Not this movie won't be with Filoni though. No matter what.
Yeah.
This movie, and that's why I feel like because of that, that's why they're not going to get rid of her. Because if they start this movie, they got to finish it with her.
Yeah,
you have to have one leader, and that's what sucks. Because I would love Favreau or Filoni, even though Favreau seems to be taking a giant step back in everything.
Well, he was pissed off because of KK.
Yeah, he's right.
Rumor.
But it seems like he was right. But
yeah,
I hope if John Boyega and Daisy Ridley come back, that they do right by their characters and make a good movie that we all can enjoy. Because I feel like they're both good actors that should have been up kind of put up
together.
Brought up, yeah, exactly. And we should have enjoyed them for what they were, and that they should have been stars. And they became stars in their own right, but just not the same. It can't be a star because of a bad movie. I feel like this is an opportunity to do right by them.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, and they're friends. I think they're friends outside. I don't know how close they are between Ridley and Boyega.
Oh, I've heard that they're very, very, very close friends. They talk,
Yeah, but
regularly.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's got to be. You got to give Boyega. One, I mean, really, with Daisy, not Daisy. What's her name? Ray. You got to. I won't say not fix her, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, she has a whole set of problems that you gotta fix. Like, why did she take the Skywalker name? Why did she think she could take the Skywalker name? This and that. I mean, you have that, all of that whole situation.
It's gonna be a different level of Jedi Master, and it's okay because it could be so few Jedi. So, like, she can just say the Skywalker is a different level of Jedi
that's
Master.
That's what I hope. But
Boyega is becoming a master, but he is learning the ropes. But we're really following his story, of him becoming this master and learning how to really master the Force. Yeah. And he becomes the Obi-Wan of like that first trilogy, the first prequel kind of one, that type of thing, where he is still, the main focus. There are other characters around, but he's the main focus, and that he's learning to come into his own. And by time, this is not a trilogy movie, guys. This is one standalone movie, and that's important to understand. And that's why it has
that scares me too. That scares me too. Well. You're gonna do one movie to reunite everyone, and you're using characters that were in the trilogy that made the people who like the prequels and the originals angry. I don't know, man. There's a lot to do in one movie, even if it's a 3-hour movie. Even if they decide to go like crazy and make it a 3-hour movie, that's still a lot to do. That's why it would make more sense if Filoni was in charge. Because then you can easily, you're like, here's Grogu. He's all Mandalorianed out with the fucking Darksaber and shit. Because then his movie will be out by then.
No, but his movie won't be out.
Yeah, when?
Is it Filoni's? Filoni's movie. You're right. Will be out. I think
before there.
I don't actually know because they're rushing this movie and Filoni's not being written now in pre-production now. Then it won't be out.
Yeah. I think this one will come out before. I don't know, man. It's scary. Like it's good to think positive, but I don't know, man. I mean, I hope Boyega kind of puts his foot down, which I think he would. He's like, if they wind up changing the story that they promised him, they're like, you said this, and he just dips. Like, I'm done. Here's your money back. F off. No.
Take the money.
Well, I'm sure there's like some guaranteed, but I'm sure you can't keep all of it if he leaves. But yeah, I mean,
it's unclear that Filoni's movie will be released in theaters at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stupid.
So Filoni's, it might be a movie, but it might be
Disney Plus
movie. So if that's the case, then I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, man. But yeah, Kevin Davis said Andor, pretty good series.
No comment.
Yeah. Hopefully by the end of the series, I can say it was a pretty good series.
I'm
At the
going
end
to
of
say
season 1, it was
Andor season 2 is going to be great. I honestly believe Andor season 2 will be great because they will fix. They have great story writing. They have great details in all the character development and the way the feels and all that other stuff. I think they're going to fix the problem of not giving us enough action in this. And I think they're going to do it in season 2, and it's all going to wind up, and we'll hit it right at the right time, and we're going to enjoy it.
Yeah,
I did not enjoy season 1, so that's just me.
Yeah, it just the way that it was paced, the way that it moved, just didn't work for me.
Yeah, and I waited until the very, very end. I'm like, if it all pays off, then it's worth it. But none of it paid off for me.
Oh, that's a very good question. Before I want to ask this one before we go. Let's come up with you. There it is. Do you guys think Darth Vader is the best movie villain of all time?
It's the most iconic.
So he's not the best?
As a villain, as a bad guy, no.
Okay.
But he is the most iconic.
Yeah.
Who's better? I think I agree with you, but I just want to know who you think is better.
Oh man, we're at the top. Let me look at a list here.
Warden Norton from Shawshank Redemption.
He's not better than Darth Vader. When he walks in the room and chokes someone out with the Force.
The Heath Ledger version of Joker, just because there was no method to his madness, he was just doing things.
Yeah,
just he wanted to watch them burn.
He was a villain. He was a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I felt. I didn't know if I felt fearful when he walked onto the screen. Look, you have to be a great villain. You need to have your own theme song, man.
Well, a villain. I mean, there's menacing, and then there's a villain doesn't need to be like
scary.
Nurse Ratchet from One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh,
yes.
Nice.
Yes. Okay.
She's a nurse that literally is just cold-blooded and insane and
it's all in the name.
A little tyrant. Oh yeah, it's in the name.
It's in the name.
But like I'm looking at this list, I'm like, I think she's like way more sadistic than Vader. But Vader is the most iconic. When you think of a bad guy or a villain, you think of Vader. Like he's got the look, he's got the sound, he's got the cool weapon. Like. He's all around, like he does have a good story, and he is a bad guy, don't get me wrong, and he's a good villain, but he's not like the most villainous.
I think he still is. I mean, I think the problem is we think about him in the Return of the Jedi, and then he had one good moment, and I think that softened him a little bit more. But I think Darth Vader in those first 2 movies, and the stuff that he's done, and he was just killing and ripping apart planets and destroying entire planets. Like I feel like he is the greatest villain of all time. Like it's because you didn't see him like literally go just Thanos people in the face. Like he was literally.
Well, he didn't destroy the planet. It was the Admiral, the other guy. I can't think of his name. The dude that died. He had more rank than Vader, and that's the thing is like Vader wasn't even the highest ranked person in the Empire.
I mean, of course, but I think Vader's more of a villain than the Palpatine. Palpatine is the main bad guy, but I think Vader's the better villain.
No, I think Palpatine.
He's the character in there. Like Palpatine is just.
No, I would disagree. I would say Palpatine is a better villain than Vader. But Vader's because he was because he didn't even give a shit. He goes, strike me down, hit me. He told Luke, hit me, bitch. What you gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing.
Palpatine didn't he wasn't even in. He didn't get his hands dirty until the 3rd movie. Like
the entire saga is about him anyway. The entire saga, all 9 films, revolve around him.
I think you have to be memorable. I think we saw this change. He's crushing people's throats with the Force. He was big. He's like the big. He is the gold standard of what a villain is. I don't.
But he was afraid of the Emperor. So if he's the big bad guy,
I don't.
Oh
think
yeah, he was gonna let him. He was gonna let him kill his own son. He's like, oh shit, I can't go against you.
He thinks that his master, but it's the whole idea of master. I don't think he was afraid of him. He knew that at any point in time he could overpower him, but taking to overpower him was gonna kill yourself. The only one I could really think. I mean. That's scarier is Hannibal Lecter. I think Hannibal Lecter is the number one scary dude.
Yeah. So I pulled up this, and this is the first thing I clicked on. Vader's number 3. Number 2 was Norman Bates. I think isn't what you said, Brandon?
Really, Norman Bates?
Psycho. It's an old school, but it's from Psycho. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if it hits the same.
More than Hannibal. Okay, Hannibal Lecter. I was like more than Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter is number 1.
Hannibal Lecter is the dude for me.
Yeah.
You know that dude is. I mean, that's sad with a nice Chianti. You know, like I'm okay with that. You know that's the scariest dude in the world. Oh, what's the dude from what's that movie? No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, Anton Chigurh. Yeah,
what's his name? Anton.
Anton Chigurh.
Yeah, that's a good villain, but he's not iconic enough to usurp Vader.
Vader is iconic. That's what makes. And you know what? But I think that's kind of what was missing, because they tried to do a bootleg Vader with Kylo, which I liked. I liked the bootleg version of Vader because it was his grandson trying to be like him.
He was a wannabe.
He was a wannabe, you know, and I like that. I'm like, I got that idea. And then The Last Jedi, where Snoke, was like, oh, you're a wannabe, and he's like, I'm not a wannabe, and bashes the helmet. I'm like, what? Like Disney let you like literally bash your money because Kylo Ren was the most money they were making out of that that's why they had to refix it in the third one. But that's why I was like, do a Darth Vader light, I was working for me until
I think I agree.
They ruined that, but it is what it is.
Brandon says he is, as long as James Earl Jones is voicing him, because that original voice he had was just laughable.
With what was his name? There's a video, a documentary about him. Oh my god, what's his name? He's like British or some shit.
Hey, before I want to get Kevin, I like what Kevin said, but Brandon said, how old were you when you realized his name was Darth Vader and not Dark Vader?
Probably when I was old enough to figure out how closed captioning worked.
I was pretty. I'm going to be honest. I think I was 11.
I was around there.
I think I was 11 when I realized Darth, and then when I started looking into the lore and understanding more about what was going on, I think it took more comics to figure out than anything else. Reading about it.
There you go. What the hell is the name of my god, it's a really good documentary. Prowse, what the fuck is that? David Prowse. David Prowse was the guy under it. There's a documentary about David Prowse and how he just got effed by the end of the trilogy. Like they just completely effed him over. But he was Vader. He was just a huge, massive dude. But James Earl Jones was the way to go.
Good. Yeah. Come on.
That was,
James Earl Jones he's a scary dude in himself. James Earl Jones is a young man. Like it's like Paul Robeson, man. That's a big, massive dude with a deep voice that could just look like he just check your heart out of your chest, and while it's beating, just sitting there looking at it, like, all right, and give it back to you. That's a bad man. So your top 3. So who's your top 3 villains, real quick?
Vader, Hannibal Lecter, and Joker.
Okay,
those are my top 3.
All right, B, yours.
I'd say Joker, Warden Norton, and Jenny from Forrest Gump.
Oh,
yeah, I'm going Vader, still number 1 for me. Hannibal Lecter, Hannibal Lecter's probably more minutes. So Hannibal Lecter, Vader, and then I agree, Joker. That Joker was scary. That's it, scary. Like literally, like, what were you gonna do? Because you don't know where he was gonna go.
Yeah, there was no method to his madness.
Yeah.
He was doing it just to do it.
Yeah. And all three of those guys are iconic. You know, any version of Joker is iconic. Lecter is iconic. I mean, people still, you know, say his lines. You know, and Vader. You know, again, iconic. You know, when you get to that iconic level, you know, it's a whole nother level of being a character that's evil. You know, who's the most villainous? You know, I mean, it's however you want to break things down.
Hey, there you go. I'm gonna give an honorable mention to
yes, Jenny's a monster. She did suck a lot, man. She did really suck a lot.
I'm gonna give an honorable mention to Agent Smith.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good one.
It's an honorable mention for me.
It was a good one. There's a you know, the when he has Morpheus tied down in the first one, and he tells him, he goes, "I hate this place." Like,
it's the smell.
Yeah. I remember, and now it's a meme now, but this is like way before memes were a thing. And I worked on an ambulance company, and when I was training, one of the guys like told me that line, like he had that memorized. And I'm like, "Oh, Matrix?" He goes, "Yeah, but it also works with this company." Like, nice. That doesn't sit well with me.
Oh man, that's
but
funny.
He was not wrong. Yeah.
Brandon has Vader and Joker for sure.
Yeah.
And Cleve says she was definitely a villain in the sequel. Sequel 4 was going to have AIDS too, because in the in the sequel, that would be messed up. If she had AIDS, he had AIDS too. Yeah, but he'll have Max Johnson AIDS, so it'll be okay.
Max Johnson. He runs the AIDS away. He just keeps running. Yeah.
The Nazis from Inglourious Bastards.
What's his name? Yeah.
That dude.
He plays a good villain in everything. He's just yeah.
Oh, but he was also the good guy, right? In Django, right?
Yeah. He was. Yeah.
I balanced it out there. Yeah.
The only not racist white guy in that film versus being a Nazi. It's like it literally does balance out.
Me and Tarantino would have to talk in real life. He likes that N word a little too much for me.
Yeah, no, me and Tarantino we wouldn't talk. There'll be some hands used. Yeah. I'm a big man. You don't want this smoke, man.
All right, so we got a little off topic, but anything with John Boyega? Probably call it a night after.
Oh, you know,
I think.
Oh, Brandon came right here. I gotta go. This
the
Borg,
and the Borg Queen. Yes, Brandon.
You just said that to make Brian happy.
Yes, you did. You warmed my heart because now I want to go. I'm ready to do my review. Release that review. It's going to be so good. The Borg Queen was amazing. Yes, look out for that.
Oh, all the liquor went to the bottom. Woo!
You thought you were going to sleep, didn't you?
Take a couple more shots and go to sleep.
Yeah, that's a different type of sleep.
Yeah. But yeah. You know, we'll see more about John Boyega. It's not official yet. It's just a lot of insider people's, saying. So, but I think it's a pretty much a for sure thing at this point. But we haven't got the official okay yet. But
I mean, I want to see how much money he actually grabs out of this. It's gonna be hilarious.
Oh, it's
Hey, why does your cat look like the cat from Secret Life of Pets right now? It's so fluffy.
He does. He does. I got like a free stuffed animal for going to see it or something like that, and it looks just like him. just like him when he's all fluffed out. He's all fluffed out. Yeah. Yeah. He's an asshole like him too, or her in the movie. So. do Borgs have do the Borgs
versus the dialects?
Yeah. I don't even know who the dialects are.
I'll get all to this. Just wait till I get Star Trek-y too much. Don't let me. I'm gonna go get my suit together. I'm gonna have my little
the old school.
What is the pajamas? I used to have his pajamas for real. I'm serious. I loved it.
There's Joaquin Phoenix, Napoleon. It goes from Joker to Napoleon. I thought that was exaggerated with Napoleon being like super short.
I thought he was still 5'5", which would still be pretty short, but yeah.
I was like, well, back then it was probably tall, right?
That's true.
Yeah, but yeah, man.
And Brandon says dialects. How do you not know from Doctor Who?
Oh, I'm thinking like of Star Trek. I'm like, who the fuck is the dialects in Star Trek? Yeah, Doctor Who. Well, then you can add the what's the one from Battlestar Galactica? Cylon.
Cylons. Oh yes.
Yeah. Everyone's a fucking Cylon at the end of the series.
I mean, what about changelings? That's just me.
We just do like all the big bad guys. But all right, man. I don't know. No, yeah, we're just talking about random shit.
Yeah.
All right. You guys are real quick. Where's Brandon Davis at?
He's right here. Yeah, still see.
All right. So this is the Blue Beetle costume at display.
Oh,
that looks good.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about, man. That looks good. That looks good. You know, and he's gonna be wearing it. You know, there's gonna be CGI parts, obviously, but I think he's gonna be like wearing it because there's been shots like like behind the scenes shots of him in it.
It looks like a cooler version of Guyver.
Yeah,
it looks like the Guyver costume. With
yeah, it does.
With a higher budget. I love it.
I'm digging it. I can't wait. And I think this week we get for comic book nerds the last issue for Blue Beetle graduation day.
Yep.
So I'm super excited.
I didn't know you had other ones. I mean, I did.
Yeah, I'm all caught up with Blue Beetle. You know, and I've been buying both. I've been buying the Spanish and the English version.
That's gonna be really good, and be able to have both of those.
Yeah, so super fun. But all right, guys. Anything else?
I think we're good.
Yeah. Yeah. God, there's an 8-minute video of Ezra Miller just talking about Flash.
See in a straitjacket.
Right. Just yelling, choking people.
Loony psycho nut.
All right.
Just follow the money, guys. Just follow the money.
It's gonna be interesting. All right, but cool. Let's get out of here, man. Yeah. But appreciate everyone in chat. And again, if you're hanging out with us right now, we're not going to have a show on Thursday because we are going to go and talk football on Thursday because it is the NFL draft that day. So just so you guys know, but we're still going to release videos. There's a bunch of videos that are still going to come out, all that good stuff. Brian's going to finish his Picard talk.
I'm going to make you guys watch Bel Air so we can catch up.
Bel Air. We'll probably record a couple of videos offline as well. But yeah, so we won't see you guys on Thursday, but we will be back next Monday. I don't even know what's coming out. There's something. Oh, Sisu is coming out.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Sisu's coming out, and something else is coming out that is gonna be good too. I don't know why I can't think of it right now, but super excited about all the go. There's so many good movies, but. Cool. Let's get out of here. Appreciate everyone in chat. Brandon, Cleves, Cookie. Thank you, Cookie. Kevin Davis, Drew, asking all the great questions. Horror Geek hanging out with us. Lonely Banter, Xavier, was it Arjun Sinha? Thank you for coming in. I think it's the first time I've seen you in here too, so appreciate it. Travis, thanks for coming back. And the Geek Ledger, thank you all guys. Derpy, of course. So thanks everyone for coming, hanging out with us, and all that good stuff. But we will see you guys next week with some more nerdy talk and another movie review. We are out.
Thanks, guys. Go see Return of the Jedi. The AMC. It's awesome. Re-release.
There you go.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.